Alright, well, we're going live.
Dorking it quick.
Real quick. I know the mermaid main menu. Like, come on, bro. Just calm yourself.
It's a mermaid. She's beautiful.
Yeah, well, she eats people too. And if not eat people, curses them. So,
Type shit.
No thanks, bro. That's not
Type
hot.
shit.
That's not hot at all.
Let's go to the three-way.
I want a hot sea babe to curse me.
You don't want that, pal.
It curse me so badly.
You don't want that, pal.
I want to just dive into the ocean and wait for a sea babe to pick me up and put a couple of curses on me. Man, I'm starving out here without a sea babe.
And thus, the legend of mermaids were born.
Dude, are you horny for fish? No, I'm not. I'm horny for a sea babe who is half fish. Yeah. You're not really helping your case. Fuck you, Gerald. You know, you never get me.
You never got art. You never got art. Why is this not touchable? There should be a hotkey to do that. Oh. There we go.
Oh, this is a cool looking game on Steam that popped up in my recommendations. Brazilian Drug Dealer 3. I opened a portal to hell in the favela trying to revive Mit Aya. I need to close it. That's the full title of the game.
Mit Aya.
And it's got,
At least you know what you're buying.
and it's got 4,000 reviews.
The anime manga naming conventions finally got us in the West.
Good God, man. God.
Okay. Good. Let's do this.
Okay. Well, we know where our dead ends are. Now we just gotta figure out what the hell is going on.
How do we
Arnav Burnham, a cheerful fantasy author, sets off on a trip to visit the mermaid legends of Issei Bay with his relative Circe Lunar Light as his guide.
King Lunar Light.
Welcome back, cool
August
guy.
1980X.
This is the part where we win.
After much hustling and bustling, we finally managed to make our way to Issei Bay.
Nice!
Take it all in now. We're standing on the coast of Nakabipo in my prefectorate Kawaga town. Kawage.
Which means this is the Sea of Issei, the connection to the eternal world. How amazing.
Indeed, it is. Come, Circe. Henceforth begins our grand adventure in search of the legendary mermaids of Issei Bay.
How amazing. I just can't stop saying it.
Without further ado, my name is Is he saying this? My name is R. Van Burnham, an American-born fantasy author. Please call
Oh,
me
yes!
Arthur. Yes! I
Fuck yeah. Who are you introducing yourself to, weirdo?
Huh, well, I simply thought a new beginning calls for a little dramatic flair, you know?
Sure.
That out of the way, perhaps my darling guide can provide some insight into the goings-on of this locale.
Sure, I've got you covered.
Let's see here.
Well, Avi. Alright, Omar, better get caught up.
Best get caught up. We've come all this way to a distant foreign land seeking mermaids. Of course, I have my own reasons for trying to locate the mythical creatures. But for now, I intend to scour this land in order to learn as much as I can about its lore and legend. But it occurs to me that I never actually explained the particulars of my Issei Bay mermaid excursion to the girl. No matter. It's nothing of consequence, really. So I'll just introduce my reasonings a bit at a time. Profile updates. How do I get...
You have to press A on it.
Oh, shit. can't scroll with the stick for some reason.
You can't scroll with the stick? That's weird.
Not with the stick, so I don't know why.
Can you do it now? I just did that.
No. No, I can't.
Okay, let me open up Rewast. So wait, you were just looking around oh no, I guess you didn't move in game, you didn't look around.
No, I didn't really, yeah. Well, in the meantime, let me open up the stream on my end.
Cool guy, do you have a curse stone perhaps?
Why? Yeah, why do you want to know that? What are you trying to do?
He wants to get...
And why do you suspect Cool Guy to have one?
Alright. This is weird.
Mr. Haven is still waiting on the phone to stop
try now?
ringing. Oh, okay. That works, good. Nickname, Avi, a fantasy author and occult journalist whose books are published in both America and England, but they apparently don't sell well. Unmarried.
Oh.
Notable work includes The Fiend of Ringit and The Solar Crow, Jesus Christ, his names. Hermod's Travels, and The Bon Appetit, The Phantom Gourmet series. Although a grown man, he still has a certain naive boyishness of him. Most evident in his passion for romantic tales and appetite for chasing his dreams. However, this also comes with an equivalent amount of immaturity, making him somewhat troublesome to deal with.
Oh,
he believes
Avi.
that most of... Oh, Avi, yeah. What was I saying?
No, I said oh Avi because you said he was immature.
Oh, God. He believes that most any circumstance he finds himself in will sort itself out. An optimistic creed that often sees him casually thrown himself into a difficult situation, and he remains impressively unbothered even on those occasions he does not find himself in trouble, often managing to slip out of danger with nary a dent in his usual carefree attitude. That he's made it this far unscathed is largely owed to his sheer luck, although he remains blissfully unaware of this.
This guy might be the GOAT.
Might be, yeah. He is currently in Japan seeking mermaid flesh, which is what a way to start that conversation.
Yeah, why say it like that?
Which is believed to grant immortality. His reason is simple: a fascination with the occult, a pursuit he feels is worthy of devoting his entire life to. Indeed, he is primarily driven by his pursuit of romantic ideals. If he finds something suitably inspiring, he will readily risk his life for it, and it is willing to change his views just as quickly for the same. Avi's interest in the occult was born when he discovered his great-grandmother's vast collection of mysterious occult artifacts in the storage of his family home in America. Among them was a mermaid mummy, which yielded a mysterious map written taken apart, a discovery which captivated his imagination and led to his current quest. This great-grandmother happened to be a relative of the main Lunarlight family in England, albeit one who had chosen not to see the family estate. After discovering this through the independent research into his lineage, Avi made contact with the Lunarlight family and continues to maintain a secret correspondence with them to this day.
Hello, is this the Lunar Lights? I think I'm your relative.
I come searching for mermaid flesh. Who's gonna help me?
Would you like to accompany me?
Avi, that's very kind of you to reach out. However, we cannot. I'm already in Britain. I'm already here.
I am at your door. I know we ain't got no telephones yet, but I am at your door talking to you at this moment. Open the front door.
While this area is now called Nakebeppo, long ago it was a region of Ise province known as Betsuho. Records indicate that 3 mermaids were caught in a fisherman's net along the coast back in the Heian period.
Now, that's what I'm talking about. Let's hear more about those mermaids.
They had human heads with mouths of monkeys and the teeth and bodies of fish, and they spoke and even shed tears like humans. Could it be that these fish mermaids you mentioned, could these be the fish mermaids you mentioned before, Avi?
Indubitably, yes. This must be the place. I'm getting goosebumps.
Right? I feel the same way. This is so exciting. Oh, hold on.
That might just be Cersei. Maybe. Oh no, it's probably the location file.
Betsuho. Betsuho is the old name for the area now known as Nakebepo Kagawa, whatever the fuck. It has since been merged with Tsuho City, Mie Prefecture, said to have been the territory of Taira no Kiyomi Mori's father. Taira no whatever the fuck. The area has a deep connection to the Issei Heike. It is also known to be the location where 3 mermaids were caught in a fisherman's net and presented to Taira no Tadamori during the Heian period.
Nice.
Very cool, very neat.
3 whole mermaids.
Also-
That's a lot.
Also, Avi's said that he had romantic interests or romantic ideals that he's pursuing here. I don't know if it's just inspiration for his novels or if he's actually trying to get married to a mermaid.
Oh, no, I think it's gotta be his novels. He's not looking for love.
The endless expanse of the Issei Sea, the eternal world may lie just beyond the horizon. After all, Issei Province is the land, whither repair the waves from the eternal world.
The eternal world is purported to be a perpetual paradise, a separate plane from the world we live in, yes? Could it be that mermaids hail from such a place? Alright, I'm done looking around. Let's talk, little girl. About this place.
But you didn't even inspect me though. But you didn't even inspect me
Nah,
before you
I'm not
talked to
like
me.
I'm not like the other pro tags. I get straight to the point.
Kawaga town might be located right next to Mie Prefecture's modern capital, Sioux City, but there's something you have to keep in mind. This was also the birthplace of the Heike, the branch of the Heian period's preeminent Taira clan. If you're going to talk about the Issei province, then you absolutely have to mention the Heike.
I do have a passing understanding of the topic. The Heike took part of the Genpei War, correct?
That's right. That was the war in the Heian period where the 2 great samurai families, the Minamoto and the Taira, locked horns and really got into it. Among the Heike, Taira no Kiyomori was a particularly famous figure who appears in many creative works concerning the event. His father, Taira no Tadamori, was one responsible for securing the Heike's high social standing.
So, Tadamori was Kiyomori's father, right? Names like that, how can anyone hope to keep them straight?
That's history for you. I'm afraid you'll just have to memorize them.
I suppose you're right about that. Then memorize them I shall.
Apparently, Tadamori was born in Sioux City, in a place called Ubushina.
Aha! So that's why they call this area the birthplace of the Heike. Files updated.
Sioux City. City located in the center of Issei Plain, the capital of the Mie Prefecture, previously known as Ontosu City. Sioux City served as a port town since the Heian period, after which it continued to flourish as an important port city for Japan. Sioux City is also known as the birthplace of the Heike, the Ubushina area.
Cool. I suppose I'll inspect you. This young lady is a distant relative of mine, the 3rd daughter of the Lunalight family. The Lunalights have been in the business of demonic exorcisms in England for several generations now. As such, young Cersei has received education on this rare subject from a young age and is now an apprentice to exorcist. In order to continue her training, or more likely, simply because of her interest in the area, Cersei has come to Japan to study abroad. Upon hearing such news, I sought to employ her as my guide for this mermaid hunting expedition to Issei Bay. She is apparently quite fond of Japanese myths and folk tales, and has already explored a number of areas concerning with the occult. Interested in visiting my prefecturate at least once during her stay, she immediately agreed to my request. Files updated.
Yeah, that's me. Like, holy shit. A young exorcist from England, currently on exchange in Japan, possessed of a bold and willful nature, she harbors an ardent interest in Japanese folklore and occult stories. She is quick to involve herself in anything that interests her, not stopping until her curiosity has been completely sated. Although she can be fairly blunt, she shows a naivete appropriate to her age around those she's comfortable with, and is not above the occasional prank. Cersei is the 3rd daughter of the longtime exorcist, currently training as an apprentice, as the beings known as demons in the West ultimately share the same root cause and harmful supernatural phenomenon in the East. The spirits of the dead, strong thought, and curses, what she does as an exorcist is fundamentally the same as what the Japanese psychics do, with only the methods and terminology differing.
Abilities.
Primary
here we go.
spiritual abilities. Yes, let's get into this shit. We gotta see what she's throwing out at us because she does get up to some trolling, so we gotta best be prepared. Guardian spirits, the ability to call upon numerous guardian spirits of the Lunar Light family to invoke their powers to exercise spirits and negotiate certain psychic abilities. Cracked.
That's badass.
Off rep, we have psychic avatar state. We have psychic avatar state off number 1. Like, how do we keep going? Okay. Shikigami, the ability to turn a piece of paper with an individual's name written on it into a butterfly, which will return to the individual in question. Although she does not have to be the one who wrote the name, it must be Cersei who casts the spell on the paper. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So, finding somebody, write their
Very
name down, and
situational
then
ability.
No, that's OP, that's OP. If you think about it, if we know who a killer is and we write their name, we can follow that.
Exactly.
That's OP.
A killer or someone needs to be saved, but we don't know where they are. Just write the name down, send it off.
Dowsing, the ability to use a pendulum to search for a target based on what the user can sense of their spiritual power. The effective distance of the spell depends on the strength of the target's spiritual power. What? The ability to use a pendulum. Okay, so you got your pendulum, you're swinging it. Search for a target based on... She's got 2 searches.
Yeah, she's got 2.
Yeah.
One that's like definite, and one is like there's somebody here with spirit energy or some shit. And
No, that's a vibe. That's a vibe. I understand that, because if you don't have their name, you don't want to be completely shit out of luck. Like, at least you have something to go on with dowsing. Alright. Although she is supposed to be in the care of the Paranormal Affairs Bureau, a confidential Japanese institute, during her time in Japan, Cersei has been spending more time traveling around the country sightseeing than working through their training curriculum. The supervisor in charge of her training has all but given up on trying to manage her as a result, resolving to keep an eye on her but otherwise not interfere. As such, she's afforded a relatively high level of freedom. Cersei is an ardent fan of Miyoko Suzu, a girl with potent spirit sense and her senior in the industry in Japan. She harbors both strong admiration and strong feelings of rivalry towards her in equal measure. It is not uncommon for her to end up a babbling mess when the topic turns to the other girl. She treasures the photograph she's taken with Mio upon first meeting her in Tokyo and keeps it with her at all times.
Okay.
That's a little weird.
She is my rival. I will best her and
I will look at this when I need.
This is the metropolitan center of Mie and a locus of historical events. I guess that makes it the perfect place to start a new journey. But can she score some fucking goals? I don't know. Actually, no, none of those abilities are gonna help her ball, so I can't really say.
I don't know. I mean, maybe there was a guardian spirit that played ball. Who fucking knows?
She can consult her ancestor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that first move was kind of busted.
Cersei, the left
Just
flank.
needs to lock down.
Their left guard is weak, Cersei. Cersei dribble through.
Yep. You ever seen that Rainbow Six Siege clip where it's like a demon whispering into the player?
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's at the top left.
Yeah, down the hall, down the stairs. I remember that shit.
He's going in for a kick. Saving the goal.
Bro sold his soul for siege callouts.
Can we get back to those mermaids you mentioned? What became of the 3 that were caught in the fishing net?
At that time, the lord of this area was Taira no Tadamori. You didn't already forget his name, did you? Well, the fisherman thought the mermaids were a fascinating find, so he placed 2 of them into boxes and presented them to Tadamori.
Oh, Lord Tadamori must have been well pleased by that. How could he not be? It was known that eating the flesh of a mermaid grants eternal life.
Actually, Tadamori evidently said that they were disturbing and gross and refused to accept them.
What a waste!
However, the fisherman cut up the remaining mermaid and ate it himself.
So, what happened to him?
Well, the fisherman said it was pretty tasty.
Well now, tasty is it?
And that's all I've got.
That's it?
That's all I could find in existing records.
The act of eating a mermaid's flesh alone may not produce any results. I suppose then that there may be other requisite conditions, wouldn't you say?
Well, considering the sheer number of eyewitness reports concerning mermaids, it is odd that there aren't more immortals walking around.
I gotta do more things, just become eternal.
They said that the mermaids could talk. They had humans. That you know how fucked up you gotta be to ignore the things begging you not to eat it and kill it and eat it.
Please, and still cut it up anyways.
But you
This
look
shit's
like
gonna
fish.
taste
But you
so
look
good
like
this morning,
fish.
so-
But I have to have a taste.
Rev up the Old Bay, bring out the tartar sauce.
There
What do you
don't
think
seem to be
mermaid tastes like.
fish. There
And
don't
they-
seem to be any records about what happened to the mermaids
all
that
fish taste
Tadamori
the
refused
same.
to accept.
There's tuna, there's salmon. Those are very different flavors.
It's gonna be like a white,
I suppose it's possible
I
someone in
imagine
the
it's like
Heike
a
clan
salmon.
stuck off with them.
like a cod. Now
Probably
that's a
like-
hypothesis I can get
Probably
behind.
like dolphin, actually. It'd probably be very rubbery. Because dolphin skin is closest to human.
Maybe if you're eating the human part, but what about the fish part?
I don't know, bro. I feel like the anatomy kind of bleeds over a little bit. The internals. I've put together an assortment of files concerning the Heike. You're free to give them over a look if you're interested.
You have my heartfelt gratitude. Thank you
Oh,
kindly,
shit.
miss.
Oh yeah, we gotta read this shit now. We getting into it now. Taira no Tadamori. This name's been said like 50 goddamn times already, so we get it memorized. Taira no Taramori, the father of Taira no Kiyomori, an influential figure in the Heian period, was a man responsible for solidifying the social standing of the Issei Taira clan, and was notable for being the first samurai permitted to enter the imperial court. Taira no Tadamori. Okay, so Tada, and then Kiyo, and then he's the father. Okay, let me read this. Exemplary warrior. Exemplary warrior, okay. Entering the imperial court meant being granted access to the Tenjo no Ma chamber when those who directly served the emperor performed their official duties. In an era where the warrior class were still considered the low status, a samurai rising to the levels of court official was unprecedented. The Issei Taira clan went on to extend its influence across various provinces. With its vast wealth it gained through trade and the Song dynasty of China solidifying its foundation, this significant influence was later inherited by his son, Kiyomori. Tadamori was said to have been a man of strong will and perseverance, yet despite the power he amassed in his lifetime, he was also said to have been modest and disinclined to indulge in luxuries. Nukemaru. Tadamori's sword, an heirloom passed down through the Taira clan, originally named Kogarashi. It is said to have become known as Nukemaru when a giant snake emerged from the lake and made to swallow Tadamori whole as he lay resting. At that moment, Kogarashi, which Tadamori had left leaning nearby, slipped away from its scabbard of its own accord and drove the snake away. The name Nukemaru derives from the verb nuku, which means to unsheath, and reflects the sword's extraordinary act of slipping from its scabbard on its own to save its owner. A lot of Japanese words in that paragraph. Fucking
Oh
me
hell
up.
no, not my master. Not my sword master. Do not let me out this bitch.
That sword is really cool.
It's real as fuck.
Nukemaru was later inherited by Tadamori's son Yorimaru, but after the downfall of the Taira clan, it is said to have changed hands several times and its whereabouts are currently unknown. Yorimaru, bro. Yorimaru, you had everything. Well, no, hold on. Before I flame him, Tadamori's son was indeed Kiyomori, right? Tadamori, the father of... Okay, but is this a different person? No. Yorimori, son... Tadamori's son Yorimori. That's a different person.
Man.
That's not Kiyomori. That's not who we started off with. Okay. Tadamori, the father of Kiyomori. What the fuck? Why do we? Yeah, whatever, man.
The nuke sword story is
Kogarashi?
about Taira, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, I don't know why we opened up and we said that he's the father of Kiyomori, and we just don't reference Kiyomori at all. And wait, no. And hold on, it says, but it was inherited by his son.
I think he inherited the sword, but then it passed on.
Significant influence. Okay, so the influence was later inherited by Kiyomori. It's split. His influence was given to Kiyomori. The sword was given to Yorimori.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That's what was tripping me up. The Mermaids of Betsuho. One time, when Tadamori was visiting Betsuho in Ise province, 3 creatures of the heads of humans and the lips of monkeys and the teeth and bodies of fish were caught in the local fishermen's nets. Dubbing these creatures Ningyo, the original Japanese word for mermaids, the fishermen put 2 of them in a box and had them washed up with them and presented them to Tadamori. Tadamori was unnerved by their appearance and refused to accept them. It is said that the remaining mermaid was cut up and eaten by the fishermen, who found them to be delicious. Alright, we have an insane fucking immortal fisherman around.
It seems like it, yeah. Alright.
I must know the recipe book. How am I gonna...
Oh, there's one more thing that I should warn you about, though.
Oh?
This group sometimes gets referred to as the Ise Taira as well, which might make things a little confusing. I'll go ahead and label it as the Hike.
Does it really matter? Aren't they basically the same thing?
Not exactly, you see. The term for Ise Taira refers to the Taira clan as a whole because it was originated in Ise. On the other hand, people generally refer to the family within the clan that included Tadamori and Kiyomori as simply the Hike. Their family features prominently in the stories we're interested in, so I'll use Hike for most of the time, plus it has a nice ring to it.
Either way works for me, so do as you like. I don't care about the difference. Not really.
The Tales of Hike also used Hike.
You're awfully particular about this, but I rather like that kind of oh my god, that's a new word.
Fastidiousness, whatever,
Fastidious.
yeah. Fastidiousness. Is it, Jackie, is it Heike or Hike? I got a feeling it's Heike, but I'm not sure.
These Japanese words.
Anyway, a number of events, the Hike would go on to lose the Battle of Dan no Ura and be completely eradicated.
Ah, I believe I know this one. Danora is found in Kyushu, is it not?
Bingo! The clan was chased out of Kyoto and pushed further and further west until they were eventually wiped out there.
It pays me to think of such a resplendently glorious clan means such an ignominious end. I always fuck that word up. More's the pity.
That's why the Hike's resentment is particularly strong, and many remnants of it remain even today. Shrines and monuments have been erected throughout the land in an attempt to quell that resentment.
Ah, and now we reach your particular field of expertise.
Because the clan fell from such an exalted position so abruptly, the resentment that is exceptionally persistent and quite pervasive. That said, famous places related to people like Taira no Kiyomori are well attended by worshippers, so they're relatively stable. It's the puffed up and pretentious Hike clan members that no one even remembers who cause the most trouble.
I seem to recall a number of individuals going so far as to claim that those outside of the Hike clan cannot even be considered human. But if that's the case, are we really safe here? You don't think we might find ourselves assailed by these lingering grudges?
Much of Ise province is protected by shrines, and the area is suffused with spiritual energy, so we're probably safer here than most places. But that's just the land itself. Objects or people that the resentment has seeped into are a different story altogether.
That's somewhat troubling to hear. Curse energy, curse spirits, Yike.
Ferg say that he
Tyra.
hears that mermaids taste like shark fins.
What does a shark fin taste like?
Awful.
Disgusting.
Have you actually had it?
No, but I've seen someone bite into it and it looks like they're biting into rubber.
It's not good.
Well, either way you look at it, the region is still home to many places and things associated with the Hike.
Excellent. I believe I got a grasp of the situation at hand. It's time we made our way to the next locale. We're on the clock after all.
Let's get to it.
Yeah, let's get to it. But before that, girl, have you seen any cool little birds sticking out anywhere?
I've seen plenty of birds. I've seen plenty of birds today.
Well, I'm talking about these cool little birds dressed up in these jackets and suits and whatnot.
That would be a strange sight.
Get out of here then. I'm trying to collect them all. I love standing in the middle of the road. Well, it would seem that we've arrived. Where are we now, Cersei? Where the hell are we?
This is an area in Ano town known as Kusawa. Kusawa is quite famous because of the Yao Bikuni legend. I'd be surprised if there was anyone who hasn't heard of it.
I'm sorry to say I've never heard of it.
What? Really?
Come now, don't act so shocked. You can't expect me to know every little thing. Besides, I'm not even from this country. The very reason I requested you to be my guide was so that you could teach me about things like this.
I guess that's true. Okay, I understand.
I'll be counting on your explanation.
Ano town located Sioux. It has been merged with Sioux City. Rich natural splendor, multiple hot springs, major delicate fabric.
Okay. Nice little simple town.
Ah, the fabled beauty of the serene Japanese countryside. It really is charming.
Oh yes, the incessant chirping of locusts combined with unrelenting heat. This is Japanese summer, all right.
It's
Those
fascinating
locusts
to
are going
think
at it.
that such a peaceful place could be home to such a profound historical events. I'm practically jittering with excitement.
I can see that. Let's try to keep a cool head, shall we? Let's chill out on the nature loving and whatnot. We got a job to do. As far as the girl is concerned, I suppose I could be considered a guardian of sorts. Even so, I often find myself caught up in her pace and completely thrown off guard. If anyone should be shaking things up around here, it ought to be me. It should be me. Okay, let's talk about
Don't ask
this.
me about the legend of Yabukuni. Oh my god.
What the hell? Why?
The legend of Yabukuni originated here in Kusawa, Ano town. Long ago, a 17-year-old girl named Osato lived in this village. She unknowingly ingested the meat of a mermaid that was served during the village gathering and became immortal. After subsequently being persecuted by the other villagers, she became a nun and made a pilgrimage to around the entire country. At the end of the story, she eventually returned to this village and lived out the rest of her very long life.
Tales told in other parts of the country play out in almost exactly the same fashion.
See, they said village feast. There could be an untold amount of immortals around these parts.
Yeah.
How do you accidentally eat the mermaid at the feast?
It was probably just fish meat. Like, there was no mermaid. I guess that's true.
No, but if she got in trouble for it, it must have been like in the special platter for the king or something, and she was just like, "Let me have a bite."
Just a wee bit. Let me have a little bite.
The Tale of Yabukuni, blah, blah. Okay. Bhikkhuni, fully ordained Buddhist nun who acquired preternatural longevity after eating the flesh of a mermaid, can be found in almost every region of Japan. Although the exact details vary greatly between the regions, they all share the same fundamental element: a girl who ate a mermaid, blah blah blah. Yabukuni legend passed down Mie Prefecture as follows: once upon a time, beautiful girl Osato lived. Blah, blah, blah. Eating such, Osato unknowingly ate the mermaid's flesh. From that moment on, Osato didn't age a day. Shunned by other villagers and treated as a monster, she eventually forced to leave the village. Yep.
Oh, so the other one was like, we're not gonna eat that shit. That looks weird. I'm gonna give it a little bite. See how it goes.
Who brought it?
Legends.
Who brought it and didn't eat it?
The legend of Yabukuni, the girl who ate the flesh of a mermaid and lived 800 years, has been passed down all over Japan. Not only here, you blah, 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 blah. In total, the stories have been found in 121 locations. Blah, blah, blah.
Doesn't that seem like a lot? Were there really that many different Yobikimi out there?
Obviously, not all the legends can be true. But I actually have a theory on the subject. Would you like to hear it?
By all means.
Most of the legends refer to a woman who stopped aging and lived for 800 years after consuming the meat of a mermaid. At that point, because others would find it strange that she wasn't getting any older, she wasn't able to live in normal society anymore.
I suppose that would be natural. It would explain why she withdrew from the world and became a nun.
Exactly, and that's how she got the name Yao Bhikkhuni, the 800-year-old Bhikkhuni nun. With 800 years on her hands, she could have easily made a pilgrimage around the entire world.
How interesting. Buddhist priests are known for trekking throughout the land as a form of ascetic train. Not ascetic, Jesus Christ. Fuck me.
Ascetic. It's a derivative of the... You know what? I knew it. And if we consider the 121 locations where the legend was found, with 800 years to spare, she could have spent 6 years in each location. 6 years would certainly be enough time for her to make a name for herself in each and every location, right?
Oh my dear. I believe I see what you're getting at. Your theory posits that the story of Bikuni that has been passed down in every corner of the country all refer to the exact same individual.
Your theory states that the stories of Bikini Bottom are real and that it's a place we can visit.
So there's a funny little sponge that has pants on.
Well, it might be a bit much to say all of the different ones are the same. There may have been a few different people. But it's more convincing theory than there were 121 people. I also think that the Yabukini of Wakasa province is the most likely origin of the legend.
I wonder. Don't all of the different instances of the story throughout Japan also claim that particular locations as her place of final rest?
That may be true. I assume that each of these different places wanted to have a grave or some other tangible marker to base the legend on. But would so many people that are purported to have lived for 800 years all die around the same time? It seems pretty unlikely.
Didn't believe in some of the tales were embellished somewhat?
That sort of thing happens all the time. Legends are always mixtures of truth and fantasy. Moreover, it doesn't make sense that every single immortal would decide to become a nun. There were likely some places that simply believed Yaobukuni was the term for an immortal.
There's just a guy in his car going, "Get off the fucking road!" He's honking his horn. Rather than a nun, for all we know, she said, "I'ma be none of that."
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
That's actually pretty insightful. Many legends are based on simple semantic misunderstandings.
Now wait just a minute. I won't stand here and just let my dumb joke actually become a salient point of discussion.
Let's drop it then.
But still, one word to somehow live for 800 years. A person that became immortal after the Kamakura period could still be alive today.
True. And if so, I'd love to sit them down for a long chat.
This is getting out of I just like the story of the funny mermaid on a rock. This is getting out of hand.
I just want the story of the funny sponge underwater with the starfish.
How is any of this is not going to be interesting fantasy novel. 1 second, girl. I found something. I need to climb up here real quick. Oh, yeah. Mockingbird 16, baby. Is it? Lil Blue.
Lil Blue.
Lil Blue.
Oh, blue.
I can't wait to see where his personality is at on the personality chart. Sorry, girl. Back to the mermaid.
That shrine's got to check on it.
Ooh, oh, you're right. What's down there? Some sort of shrine?
The shrine is apparently dedicated to Sugawara no Michizane. We should go pay our respects before we leave.
I guess. Doesn't sound like a mermaid to me, though. More mermaid.
Yaobukini!
Can Kasawa's legend of Yabukini really be true? There must be falsehoods and fictions mixed into the tale, surely.
Who knows? Issei Province isn't that far from Wakasa Province, after all. She may have simply walked here from here to there. The fact that the stories from each different area are so similar does make me wonder if they didn't get mixed together somehow.
You think the legend may be an amalgamation of stories from various locations?
Exactly, but then again... The immortal in the story from this location has her own name, which gives the legend a certain verisimilitude.
Indeed it does.
I guess we can assume that the girl with the name really did live here long ago. Then something must have happened to make people believe that she'd become immortal. It's reasonable to assume her story then got mixed up with various legends of Yaobukuni from around the country long before being passed down.
Of course, the exact timing of these events is still unclear. That does present an interesting possibility. She could very well still be living in this village. Wouldn't that be a compelling development?
Leave it to an occult writer to think up something like that.
That's right. You're seeing the prodigious. Fuck it, I don't care. Imaginative powers of a fantasy author in action. I can't read.
Yes, it really is something. That's right, I'm a fucking writer! That's right!
They call me the god. I haven't sold 10 copies of a book I just made recently.
But the fact of the matter is that almost no traces of Yao Bukuni remain in this village. Even her grave, which is referred to as Lady Yao's tomb, has never been located.
But then, did we come all this way for nothing?
Yes.
What's even the point of this?
Japanese summer. Well, there might not have been a direct connection, but there is something one should always consider when discussing Issei. The Tales of Issei. Have you heard of it? It's the oldest extant collection of Japanese verse, compiled sometime during the Heian period.
I'm afraid I'm not familiar with it. But I have heard of the tale of Genji and the tale of Heike. Is it anything like those?
Well, those are also stories written during the Heian period, but that's where the similarities end. Nice try, though.
Well, they sound similar enough anyway.
Don't worry, I'm not an expert on the subject either. Basically, this collection of verse elaborates on the number of waka poems by giving accounts to the events surrounding each one. The entire collection of 125 passages is referred to as the Tales of Issei. That's easy enough to remember, no?
Best way to grill a mermaid is probably, well, cooking. It's gonna be grilling. You're gonna grill the mermaid, probably. Thank you for...
thank you for the 5, my guy. I cannot comment. I don't really eat fish.
Tales of Issei is a collection of short stories. Check.
One more thing.
Pour butter over my salmon and throw it in the oven. I think that's the best way to do it.
The title might be The Tales of Issei, but the content isn't at all that focused on the actual area.
What's this now? Are they intentionally attempting to confuse and bewilder us?
Some believe that the title comes from the fact that passage 69 is set in Issei province. At any rate, I just thought that I should bring it up because it does have at least a slight bearing on the topic at hand. If you're keen to learn more, I'll add more detailed information to the files.
Why, thank you. I'll be sure to read through them later. At some point. Whenever I feel like.
Alright, this is a big one.
Oh my god.
This is the later in question. I'll make sure to read through them later. Later is now! Alright, the Tales of Issei. You know, I think I just realized that reading out loud, I've kind of... You have to put a bit of a buffer. At least I am. I'm putting a buffer on me reading the words because I'm preparing for some fucking Japanese to be there. And because I'm scared of the Japanese being there, even if it's not there, I'm fucking up because I'm reading like it's right around the corner. So I'm just going to say really Japanese.
Have to slow down when you're doing it. Yeah.
A collection, the Tales of Issei, a collection of verse or uta monogatari, thought to be the oldest surviving work in Japan. It is particularly well known for the opening sentence of many of its prose passages. Long ago there was a man, believed to be compiled in the Heian period. It's greatly influenced the literature of the area, including famous works such as The Tale of Genji. The central figure of the narrative speculated to be fictionalized version of Awara no Narihara, a poet of the Heian period, with the prose passages serving as a biography for the character. Both the author and its exact date of publication are unknown. Tales of Issei Emaki Scroll. The narrative spans 125 episodes, which vary in length from a few lines to several pages. It covers the life of a man, from his coming of age to his death, and focuses primarily on the protagonist and the people around him, particularly his romantic dalliances with women. Some of its most famous episodes are summarized below. Episode 1, Yuki Bori. Having come of age, a man sets out on a ceremonial falconry excursion, where he catches sight of 2 beautiful sisters. Infatuated, he cuts off the sleeve of his robe, inscribes a waka poem on it, and sends it to them. Episode 6.
This is for you.
Ukutagawa. This is for both of you. Can I have both of you now?
Enjoy. Enjoy.
Episode 6. A man finally succeeded in stealing away a beautiful noblewoman, flees to her warehouse where they take shelter from the rain. However, the man discovers in the moment that she disappears, devoured by a demon that inhabited the warehouse. Wait, what? Discovers that the morning. You can keep her. I'm not fighting for. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Goodbye, bitch.
Uzumakudari. Feeling despondent about his future, a man embarks on a journey to the east with a group of friends. In Mikawa province, he catches sight of some beautiful flowers and reflects on how far his journey has brought him, and recites a poem. In Suruga this guy really thinks he's the fucking main character bard, bro.
He saw, I don't know the day for anything, but he read Journey to the West, and he'd go, oh, I can do that character. I'll do my own thing.
I'm gonna sing to these flowers. There's gonna be a moment in my story. In the Suruga province, he sees snow on the peak of Mount Fuji, contemplates the passage of time, and recites a poem. Oh, this mountain is beautiful. Hold on, let me spit.
I love it. It took like episode 1 through 8 were like I love women, and this is gonna be what my story's about. And episode 9 goes, maybe I should have some like inner character reflections, so maybe he should develop.
Or maybe the development is I love everything. Look at these flowers. Look at that mountain. Musu Province, where he spots an unfamiliar bird on the shores of Sumida River. He recalls his wife and hometown and recites a poem. He's stopping every 5 minutes. I would not journey with this guy. His friends all weep upon hearing the latter, moved by his feelings for his faraway home. Episode 23. What the fuck?
Oh my god.
What the fuck? Close friends from childhood, a man and woman exchange poems and are wed. But when the man prepares to travel to faraway Kawachi province to visit his other lover, the woman displays no hint of displeasure and sees him off on his journey. Suspicious of her actions, the man hides in their garden and watches as his wife makes herself up as beautifully as she can. But when she sits and recites poems out of concern for her traveling husband, he feels a profound shame and decides not to go to Kawachi.
Maybe I shouldn't cheat on my wife.
Episode 69. Kari no Tsukai. Having been sent to Ise province to hunt game, a man is received with great hospitality by the imperial princess serving as priestess at Ise shrine. Attracted to each other, the two attempt to meet in secret, but can find no opportunity to speak intimately. Although they propose one another to meet the following day, it is not meant to be. The two exchange poems of farewell, and the man sets out to continue his journey.
The writing's getting a little bit better. We're getting better.
Episode 95. Hikoboshi. Having fallen in love with the woman who serves in the imperial court, a man finally manages to meet her after patiently waiting for the right moment. However, the two are still separated by a screen. The man recites a poem to her, proclaiming that his love for her is greater than even Hikoboshi's love for Orihime. He compares the screen separating them to be the Milky Way that separated the two legendary lovers. Moved by his words, the woman removes the screen, allowing them to finally meet face to face.
Wow. Impressive stuff.
I could go ahead and get AI to generate about 200 more episodes. A man meets a woman at a 7-Eleven, and he falls deeply in love.
Meets a woman, they fall in love, they go to the beach, but in the morning, a beach demon eats the woman.
Oh shit! And then, he looks at the demon and he recites a poem of evil and villainy,
which giving him enough time to bring out his blade of right justice to slay the demon.
And then he smited it and sealed it into a stone, and thus the first ever cursed stone was born.
Oh, this story got really important real quick.
There is another thing we can learn from the Tales of Issei. Adding the tale of to a book title really classes things up. You should keep that in mind. It was apparently all the rage during the Heian period.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. My next work is certainly going to be a tale of. Well then, I suppose that brings this particular subject to a close. On to the next. No rest for the wicked, I say. Time to tackle the next mermaid myth.
Sure.
Why are you so unsure? What was that little hesitation there? Aren't you excited?
Sure.
Come on, you're excited. We're gonna go find this damn mermaid. Let's go to Fatamigara. How can you Japanese people say these names? These words are making me befuddled.
I'm not Japanese. I'm just literate with your dumb ass.
I forget that sometimes based on your knowledge. My fault. And here we find our next subject of inquiry. What place might this be, my dear?
This is Futami, the coastline that lies between Futami town. It's just over from Ise City.
Ah, then we finally penetrated the outskirts of Ise City proper. Things are certainly beginning to heat up. I infer that Ise City was the prefectural capital from the fact that Mie Prefectorate was once known as Ise Province. Not bad, eh?
Ah, well, I can understand how you would arrive at that conclusion. But the truth is, Mie Prefecture is composed of 4 separate provinces: Ise, Shima, Iga, and Ki.
Ise, Sigma, Ligma, and Ki.
But that doesn't change the fact that Ise City is regarded as the spiritual capital of Japan, making it a very important location. If you want me to lecture you, I would appreciate not having snide comments in between my information.
Very interesting. But the sun has already begun its steady descent. So perhaps we should pick up the pace a bit. Let's speedrun this shit. As far as the girl is concerned, I suppose I could... Yeah, we got that.
Oh, Futa, whatever the fuck, sea is famously said to purify the body. So many visitors to Ise Shrine come here as well. The scenic beauty of the location has been featured in poems from antiquity.
Certainly is easy on the eyes. Strains of pine trees along the shore make for quite the striking image.
To make it even better, the embankment we're standing on offers a 360-degree view of Ise Bay.
Makes you want to get out on the very edge and take it all in.
It really does. Being surrounded by a bay like this is such an enchanting feeling. What a breathtaking view.
This is where the mermaid corpse shows
Yep.
up as well. Quick scan. Do we have any more birds? I don't think we would. No. Okay. Let's talk about more mermaids. So, does this place have any legends featuring mermaids?
Oh, my bad.
Please.
It does. A record called Kagenki was written by people at Horyuju Temple after the Kamakura period. In the record, there are a total of 6 instances of information concerning mermaids.
6, eh? That's certainly promising.
One of those entries describes a sighting here in Futami, Ise Province, on April 3rd during the 2nd year of the Enbin era, which would be 1357.
So they even noted the exact date? How fortuitous.
The passage is as follows. From the sea of Futami in Ise Province came Enmiju, delivering perpetuity.
So, what exactly does that mean?
My guess is that a mermaid was spotted in the sea by Futami, and it was named Enmeiju, meaning health and long life, because it granted longevity.
Aha! It granted longevity, did it? Finally, we'll get into the good stuff.
Yes, it's another account relating to mermaids to Yaobakuni. It seems the area of mermaids granting immortality, the idea, had already been established at that time.
Indeed. Now we even have a name. Things are finally picking up. More mermaids, man. So, what sort of mermaid was this? And what became of it?
No clue.
Again with the vague records. These people write down the appearances of some fantastical creature and then they just let it wander off?
I haven't personally gone over every bit of research on the matter, but I can speculate on an answer. Records of mermaids in other places are often referred to them by name. In fact, it may not have been all that uncommon for the people in the area to encounter them when these records were written.
Let me see if I follow your meaning. The same mermaid would appear repeatedly, leading people in the area to grow accustomed to it. Am I right on the track?
Exactly. I mean, you wouldn't bother giving a name to something you only saw once after all. Those people may have even come to a kind of rapport with the mermaids. At the very least, it doesn't appear as though they were trying to capture any.
It's that people didn't want to capture. And they weren't seeking its flesh. Perhaps there were a way of obtaining immortality even without the meat.
Maybe mermaid meat really was just tasty and nothing more. And if that were the case, then it makes perfect sense that they would view the mermaid as a divine creature.
So they treat it as an auspicious being that blessed others with long life. Yeah, you may be onto something there. But I do want to know what it tastes like, though.
This makes me think of a theory that you mentioned about how there might be two different mermaids.
Oh, you remembered. I stand by my theory. There's the fish mermaid, which looks more like an aquatic monster or beastie. And the better, sexier human mermaid, which resembles a demi-human or nymph.
Indeed, that's the simplest way to describe it anyhow. Assuming the mermaid in question had a name, forms relationships with humans, and granted longevity, it stands to reason that it was the human mermaid variety.
You have a point. The mermaids we've encountered thus far have all been caught in nets and appear to be more like fish mermaids.
It seems more likely, then, that the mermaids who grant longevity are actually these human mermaids.
Interesting. That in turn would suggest... My word! Would this mean that one who could become immortal without eating their flesh?
I'm not sure. There are countless legends that reference the need to consume their flesh, but I can't help but feel like there's more to it.
More mermaid.
If human mermaids are capable of communicating with us, I'd really like to speak to one.
Yes! Alright, I'm done about mermaids for now. Anything else happening around here? Speaking of which, this is entirely unrelated, but there's something I've been wondering. You mind?
What? But our conversation was just getting good.
Protest all you like, but I shall ask anyway. On our way here, I noticed a certain something adorning the entrance of everyone's house. What was that?
Oh right, those are Sumin Shorai talismans.
So, man, Shorai?
Yes, although in most of Japan, they're usually only hung up around the New Year's, but here in Ise Tobashima region, they're traditionally left up all year long.
Interesting.
I can add more detailed information to the files for you later.
That later's coming now.
Oh my
boy.
god.
You want to take a break and have Phatt take over,
Somen
maybe?
Yeah, let me do this one. I got it. A type of talisman inscribed with the characters Somin Shorai Jishon, meaning descendant of Somin Shorai. These talismans come in a variety of forms, ranging from smaller...
Turn your controller on, Mom.
Yeah.
How they...
Objects such as paper slips, wooden tags, or hexagonal wooden charms to larger objects such as hoops made of entwined miscanthus reeds or a shimenawa, sacred ropes used for ritual purification. These talismans are generally placed at doorways of households as prayer for sound health and to ward off illness.
Mie and Cersei have met, and the lore makes it seem like Mio diffs Cersei, so there's your answer.
Absolutely, yeah, so nothing much to it.
Unfortunate. Many households in Ise Shima place Somin Shorai talismans at the entrances to their homes, usually in the form of paper slips or shimenawa. Although most families in Japan only put shimenawa up during the New Year, in Ise Shima they're kept up year-round, being replaced once a year around New Year. The words Somin Shorai originate from the name of the central figure in the legend of the same name, although many versions of this tale exist throughout Japan. The tale as generally told in Ise Shima is as follows. On New Year's Eve, the deity Gozu Tenno... Wait.
Fuck Gozu Tenno. Fuck
Shimigami.
Gozu Tenno. Fuck Gozu
No.
Tenno. Fuck
set
him.
out to court the princess of Ryugu. However, when night fell, he found that none of the nearby inns had a spare room to offer him. So he returned to two brothers who lived by the sea for hospitality. The wealthy younger brother, Koten Shorai, turned him away despite having the means to accommodate him. The elder brother, Somin Shorai, welcomed Gozu Tenno into his home even though he lived in poverty. Pleased by the simple yet heartfelt reception he had received, Gozu Tenno rewarded his hospitality by sparing only Somin Shorai from a plague that ravaged the area next year.
You alright?
Don't come to town tomorrow.
You chill
Don't come
as
to
fuck.
town.
Ever since, it is said that hanging a wreath of miscanthus reeds and a charm declaring oneself to be a descendant of Somin Shorai from one's waist will offer protection from plagues and illness. This tradition has survived to the present day, where such charms are now used as talismans for good health and well-being.
You chill as fuck, Soman Shorai. Stand over there. Gloria las plagas!
No, wait, you can come in. You can come in, please, please. You can come in. Nah, Gloria las plagas.
Wait for all that.
What is it? What are you doing? How are you making me antsy? What the hell is wrong? Hey, you good? Come on, Cersei. You realize something about those Somin Shorai, didn't you? You must share. You must share.
No, nothing like that. It just made me think about how close this area is to the eternal world.
It is? What does that mean?
You'd already know this from the files, but regarding the Somin Shorai, the origin goes back to a legend about the deity Gozu Tenno, who was courting the princess of Ryugu. Oh, yes, true.
Ryugu, you say?
That's right, Ryugu is close to this place. In other words, the place is very close to the eternal world. Yes, and furthermore, Gozu Tenno was also the guardian deity of the Gyon Shoja Temple. The very same Gyon Shoja who gets mentioned in our good old friend The Tale of Hike.
So it is. What was it again? When the bells of the Gyeong Shoja echoes out the impermanence of all things. Impermanence. It sounds so close that even I memorized it. I haven't got a clue what it means, though.
Yes, that's the one. As for its meaning, you can look it up yourself.
Fine, fine. So what you're saying is... Issei Shima is a land with deep ties to both Ryugu and the Hike. And that is exactly why the Somin Shorai tradition is so well established here.
Ah, that reminds me.
Oh, okay, well, I guess I'll have to... Well, what's it remind
You
you
have to
of?
click on me if you want to know what it reminds me
There's
of.
something about Ryugyu's princess that keeps bothering me as well.
She certainly is mysterious,
That reminds me about Futamigura.
God, we've been talking for quite a while. Dear me, how time flies when listening to your lectures, Cersei. The sun has already gone down.
I suppose I got carried away. Sorry.
Well, if that results in such a lovely view of the sea at night, I'll not complain.
You're right. Just look at those stars.
Ah, wow.
Oh, no.
This
Oh,
shit
no.
went well.
Oh, but we really let time get away from us. Look how dark it's gotten.
Without the light from the stars above, we'd be lost in pitch darkness. I wrote that as part of my fantasy novel. Kind of really well.
What's
I
that
like
one
that
lit
red
up
one,
spot
man.
on the island?
Yeah, what is up with it?
They here? Oh, it's just like a little thing. These show up sometimes. It's just
Look at that. Press A on that starry sky. We got to inspect.
Oh, you're right. Ah, look. The heavens are entirely enveloped in a shower of dazzling pinpricks of light. What a sight to behold.
Wait. Is that a portal right above us?
That's not a portal.
What
You
is that?
figured that up.
What the fuck is that? That looks like,
No, that is a portal, bro.
What are you looking? What are you talking about? You talking about
Bro, there's a
light?
portal!
above.
There's a
It's
portal!
perfect.
There's a portal in the sky!
Oh, it's gone now.
It's gone
I
now.
don't know. Okay. Would you happen to be versed in constellations, Cersei?
Well, I've dabbled a bit in astrology, so I guess I know a thing or two.
Excellent. Do tell.
Look again if you want to see the portal. Look in the top middle of
Yeah,
your
that was
screen.
actually a fucking portal.
There it is! There's the fucking portal!
That.
Oh, you're right. Oh, wow. I guess maybe that's the moon or something.
That's
not-
not
that's
the
not-
What? The moon doesn't have aura like that.
I know. I don't know what the hell that could be then. My guess is clouds. I don't know.
Maybe. Whoa. Would that make any sense?
What do you
Nah.
I was thinking, what if, like, somewhere underwater, there's like like the main menu, there's
Wait,
a
there's
lit up
another
portal, and it's reflecting. What the fuck?
Oh, there's another. I think this is just what. The
Okay,
skies
maybe they're
look
just
like
supposed to be
today.
stars. Maybe they're just supposed to be
Yeah.
stars.
Yeah, no, there's not. That would
Oh
think
no, they're so weird looking. Like stars do not pulse like that unless they're exploding.
I want to talk about constellations now.
Huh? Well, if we consider the constellations you can see in Japan during the summer, the first one that comes to mind is the Summer Triangle. That's easy enough to find.
Triangle, eh? I presume it is made up of 3 stars.
Correct. Vega in the constellation Lyra, and Deneb in the constellation Cygnus, and Altair in the constellation Aquila. The trio of bright stars can be observed close to the Milky Way in the season.
What? I want to see. How do we go about identifying them?
Well, first, low in the southwestern portion of the sky, look for the star that glows red, Antares of the Scorpio constellation.
Southwest, you say? From here? What would mean facing inland and looking to the right?
Okay, try to find the red star low in the sky and point to it.
I did not expect these red stars to come back into play.
Okay, so I guess we gotta progress, and then we'll look at the portals and be like,
my
what's
God.
that?
Yeah, why is there 2 of them up in the sky? Hey, seriously, what constellation's that? A hell beast comes out. Of the Wait, I do believe I found it. The star just there with the reddish tint. That must be Antares, right?
Correct, that is indeed Antares, the bright star in the Scorpio constellation.
Aha, I found it all by myself. Well, I'd make quite the celestial cartographer, if I do say so myself.
I hate to rain on your parade, but you were supposed to be looking for a star in the Summer Triangle, so please try again.
Egads, that's right.
Why not try looking straight up from Antares? I bet you'll find Vega at the sky's zenith. Give it a shot.
I ain't see shit. Oh, okay, these portals are stars as well. Alright. So if I look straight up, it's either this one or this one here. Should be this one. There! That must be it.
Bingo, that's Vega, one of the 3 stars in the Summer Triangle. In Japan, Vega is also called the Orihime star and is famous for its connection to the Tanabara Star Festival.
Then that must mean Hikoboshi will be on the opposite side of the Milky Way from that one.
Exactly right. Can you figure out which one it is? One of the other stars in the Summer Triangle is in the same area, so see if you can find it.
I already see it. Eureka! I've spotted it.
Oh, that's Altair, one of the 3 stars in the Summer Triangle. Part of the Aquila constellations, Altair is known in Japan as the Hikoboshi for its role in the Tanabata Star Festival.
Haha, that means I've managed to spot both Orihime and Hikoboshi. It's as if I've drawn the 2 star-crossed lovers together with my own hands. How overjoyed they must be.
Yeah, nice work. I didn't expect you to be such a romantic. There's still another star in the Summer Triangle to find. It might be hard to see because of the angle.
Certainly is a bit tricky to see something directly above you. There's more. Alright. Where's this other fan? Where's this star at? That should be it right there. If my eye is as discerning as I believe it is, that's the one.
Oh, nice find. That's Deneb, one of the 3 stars in the Summer Triangle. Deneb lies within the Milky Way, which earns it the nickname the Milky Way Star.
It does indeed appear to be swimming nicely along that starry stream.
Why are we stargazing while everyone else is fighting for their lives? That hasn't happened yet. That hasn't happened yet. We're good. We're good.
What yo? There! I've located all 3 stars of the Summer Triangle. How do you like that?
That's all the stars! That's all the stars!
That's
I
my
got
star!
Good work. Now you've mastered the summer skies. Should I start addressing you now as Professor?
That's me. Feel free to rely on my knowledge.
Alright then, tell me, what is another name for the star Hikoboshi?
Oh,
I got it.
do you remember?
You got that shit, King? You got that shit, King. Don't fuck this up, otherwise I won't call you Professor. I'm afraid that's the wrong answer. Maybe I should have given you more time to study.
I'm ruined! Surprise test on my only weakness. Regardless, we've seen all there is to see here in Japanese name. I'd even go so far as to call this a rap. I think that covers all the mermaid legends for Mie Prefecture. But is there anywhere else here you're keen to visit, Cersei?
I'm really tired. I want to go home. We haven't even visited the Issei Shrine yet. If you ask me, we've barely scratched the surface.
You got a point there. But it's getting late, so let's save that for tomorrow, shall we?
Alright. Immediate aura loss. He
It
lost the title professor.
It was Deneb. Deneb. It was either Vega or Deneb. August 1980X. Morning. Issei City, Toba City, Mount Asama. Whoa. Where the hell are we? Wow. Talk about a view.
It is something, isn't it? This is Mount Asama's observation platform. It overlooks Toba City on one side and Issei City on the other.
That's Toba City over there, huh? What's Toba got to do with
Fucking
this?
nothing. Don't nobody go to Toba City.
God.
Like, no reason.
Okay.
However, there is Toba Castle, built in the Sengoku period by none other than the pirate daimyo Lord Kuki. At another time, led the Kuki naval fleet.
Goku? Like that little Japanese kid in the manga? I know about that.
Exactly, the very one. As for the Tobashima era, it's famous for having the highest population of ama divers in Japan.
I knew there'd be something touristy. What a fantastic blend of Is this a butterfly?
He is hitting that shit.
He's hitting that shit.
Observation peak, yeah.
Wow, what a view. My, what a beautiful view.
Apparently, Mount Asama's peak sits at 555 meters above the sea level, so it's not that high. But as it's situated at the tip of the Shima Peninsula, it offers a magnificent view of Toba Bay's coastline and the outlying islands.
Since we stopped by the shrine this morning, I assume we'd take the mountain path. All I can say is, this place takes my breath away. It's a beautiful locale, Why is my controller? 1 second, let me try and fix it. Yeah, beautiful.
Beautiful, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. I'll be right back.
Sure thing. From what I hear, lots of the inns in Toba are run by ama divers and fishermen. I can't wait to dig into some seafood tonight. There's gotta be a bird around here. Why would the author of the bird stickers not put a fucking sticker up on the mountain? There's gotta be one.
Where would it be?
Not here, apparently. Fame. Missed opportunity. She's been packed and ready to venture forth since the early hours of the morning. Though I myself beat her to the punch, I haven't been too excited to sleep or wink all night. Let's talk about the Navy.
First off, you should know that the naval troops in the Sengoku period were basically just pirates.
Pirates, huh?
Yes, they would put together crews of rowdy sailors, arm them to the teeth, and have them patrol a designated area of the sea. They only actually served under the commander as a naval force when there was a battle.
So that's what the Navy was like back. A ragtag bunch of pirates only called on to do their duty in times of need.
Exactly. In fact, such forces only came to be called navies during the Edo period, and that was purely a matter of convenience. As for the Kuki Navy, it was one of the pirate bands patrolling the waters of Issei Bay. A man called Kuki Yoshitaka was its commander, hence the name. He distinguished himself in the service of Oda Nobunaga and Toyotomi Hideyoshi, eventually rising to the position of daimyo of Shima province. That looks like a fucking house on water, that one in the middle.
I can see what you mean.
That's why they called him the Pirate Daimyo. He started as a lowly pirate, but rose all the way to the top of the chain of command.
Did you say Oda Nobunaga? Him? I've heard of him. He was the Demon King of the Sixth Heaven, no?
True, but that's a title he gave himself.
Is that true? I get a badass name.
I'm the Demon King.
Demon King, ultimate, maxed out Lord of Heaven, Earth, and Hell.
God of Destruction.
God of Destruction. Still, pirate and a daimyo. What an enhancing combination.
That may be, but he wasn't blessed where allies were concerned. It seems he was always butting heads with his relatives.
Oh?
For one thing, he may have had his nephew Sumitaka assassinated in order to take over the Kuki clan.
Demon Lord of the Heaven, Earth, and Hell sends his regards. Oh my god, my fucking... He's gonna kill him.
He also fought on the opposite side to his own son, Moritaka, in the decisive battle of Sekigahara.
What the hell? What are we talking about?
More history.
More history shit.
We're talking about the...
the Demon King.
Kirkri Navy
Emperor
was
God.
actually just a bunch of pirate bands that the government called upon to help. And one of them was Oda Nobunaga and another name here, I'm forgetting. But we'll get a file on it.
And by the end, spurred on by his vassals, he committed suicide on Toshijima, that island right over there. So while Kuki became daimyo of Shima province, his land was confiscated during his son's rule, and the clan fell into decline.
Life truly is full of ups and downs. How the mighty do fall. He must have been quite a character. So yeah, this is Oda Nobunaga that I was talking about.
Yeah, he was a real asshole.
There ain't no fucking way all this history is actually going to be relevant. That reminds me, there's another fascinating legend related to the Kuki clan.
I hope it's got something to do with mermaids. Oh, I hope it does.
It's about Kuki Yoshika's nephew, Sumitaka. He had an extraordinarily beautiful daughter named Princess Hatsune.
I dare say I know where this is going.
No, you don't.
Whenever a legend starts with a beautiful daughter, it inevitably ends with trouble.
You're not wrong there. Princess Hatsune was so beautiful that she saw no end of suitors, and her father sought to marry her off to achieve his political ends. But the princess already had a lover, so she fought against her father's plans and even ran several times, only to be brought home.
I knew it. Alas, that's what life was like for the daughters of powerful figures in those days.
Well, Princess Hatsune lamented her fate. Must I be cursed with such misfortune merely for my beauty? And she didn't stop there. May no beautiful daughter be born to this land again. Such was the curse she left behind before throwing herself down a well. And so the legend ends.
Not what I call a happy ending. I don't do bad endings in my story. That just doesn't sell right. The princesses may have had good intentions, but I'm sure no one else felt she was doing them any favors.
Good intentions? That's not how I interpreted it.
Well, what's your take on the story then?
When authority figures try to force other people's hands, they bring these things upon themselves. It's just asking to get cursed.
Fair enough. I see your point.
Still, the princess did take it a bit far. To me though, it almost feels like it was that part was tacked on later. As if someone thought it would make a good story, make it more impactful, and that would have it travel further if the princess killed herself in the end.
Oh, if you're right, that would change the story completely.
But there is something else that interests me more. Sumitaka became head of the Kuki clan in the 1560, but he was so young that Yoshitaka had to be appointed as his guardian. His exact age at the time isn't known, but the common belief is that he was about 8 years old.
Nothing unusual there. Premature inheritance were a common occurrence in those days.
But consider this, when Sumitaka died 24 years later in 1584, he would have been 32 years old.
Yeah?
Even if we suppose that Princess Hatsune was 15, their ages don't quite add up, do they?
Age differences weren't so much of a point of contention back then. Well, even so, that is a bit odd.
Which begs the question, did Princess Hatsune really exist to begin with?
And even if she did, was she really Sumitaka's daughter?
An agate Magatama was unearthed at the place where the princess was supposedly buried. But that could have easily been planted there to lend credibility to the tale.
Well, once you start doubting, it's hard not to see lies everywhere.
True, and the pursuit of the unknown starts with belief, doesn't it?
Well said.
A certain occult researcher taught me that one.
You don't say.
Cookie Princess Hatsune! We gotta read this shit. This shit important as fuck. I just know it. God damn it, this shit important
So this
as
is the
fuck.
Nobunaga stuff.
Cookie Clan, Pirates who became, yeah, you guys already read that. While Yoshitaka was a certain, whatever the fuck, blah, blah, Hojo and Honjoji incident, however, some theories suggest that he was actually poisoned by Yoshitaka as part of a scheme to seize control of the family. Blah, 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 daughters Hatsune said to have been a beautiful and great beauty. Hatsune refused, saying that, blah, 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 okay, chosen for her. Although Princess' numerous attempts to escape with her didn't work, despairing of her fate. Yeah, thrown on the wall, legend goes, despite the silver. Yes, yeah.
Okay. That story was. I wish there was more mermaids involved.
Oh, I just realized something. Kuki Sumitaka died, or was assassinated exactly 400 years ago.
Oh, why is that significant? Do I care?
It is. A special spiritual significance is attached to periods of 400 years. For instance, the cycle of death and rebirth supposedly lasts 400 years, and some stories claim that a soul endures for 400 years. Of course, 800-year immortals have twice that lifespan, but as you can see, 400 years is widely considered a good cutoff point.
So there's a chance something happens after 400 years.
Maybe. In any case, we should probably tread carefully here.
Sounds to me as if we're in the right place at the right time. Amadivers.
Amadivers have a long history in the Tobashima region. Evidence indicates that free divers have been fishing in the area since ancient times.
You don't say.
Most notably, it is said that Obin, who once presented an abalone to Yotohime no Mikoto, was the very first Amadiver. In fact, there's a shrine dedicated to Obin in Kuzaki that is considered a secret place to Amadivers of the Tobashima region.
Is that so? She must have been truly legendary.
I mean, she wasn't all that, but there are several poems in the famous 8th century poetry anthology Manyo Shoji that depict the Ama diving in Shima province. Ama divers also appear in dozens of ukiyo-e from the Edo period. Clearly, they were a popular theme.
It's quite incredible to think that their method of fishing was not only endured for so long, but has been recorded in such exquisite details. I wish they did that with everything else of the legend.
There is another point worth noting. Ama divers have long been likened to mermaids for their skill and grace. You could even argue that the Ama diver culture is that so deeply rooted in this place is interwoven with the region's mermaid legends.
Ah, yes. There is a theory that the mermaids of Issei Bay were simply Ama divers.
It does seem likely that there's a connection between the two. I wouldn't be surprised if they were the originators of the legend.
Perhaps. But I'd be beyond disappointed if that's all there was to it.
Oh, right.
So don't give me that bullshit, and let's get back to talking about real mermaids.
By the way, there's another legend surrounding the Ama divers of the Tomashima region regarding something called the Tomakazuki.
The Tomaka what's it?
It is believed that an Ama diver may encounter a copy of herself underwater, who will then offer her an abalone. If she accepts, the Tomakazuki doppelganger will drag her to the bottom of the sea, never to be seen again.
Ugh, seriously, please don't spring scary stories on me out of nowhere.
That's why the Ama divers of this area wear the Seimin and Domin symbols on them while they dive. It's a tradition that's been continued right up to the present day. There must be some reason for it beyond pure superstition.
Interesting. This is starting to become quite the handful.
On another note, the Ama divers of the Tobashima region possess such exceptional diving skills that in addition to fishing, they also saved people from drowning and fetched up objects that had sunk to the seafloor, right up to the Meiji era.
Well, sounds as though they were true diving professionals.
Exactly.
That's a badass art of them.
In fact, after the Heike were defeated at Dan no Ura, they were lost beneath the waves.
Oh, we're back to the Heike air already? I wasn't aware there was a connection.
Well, after that fateful battle, who do you think they sent to reclaim the legendary sword Kusanagi no Suguri from the seafloor? 2 Ama divers.
Huh, so their lost and found services were being employed even back then, huh?
And while they were diving, they came face to face with vengeful spirits of the drowning Heike.
Ugh, Cersei, please. You're going to give me nightmares.
There were 200-foot crabs. Can you see that one right over there? They were massive. At least that's what's depicted in the ukiyo-e entitled The Western Sea. The diving woman encountered the Heike in the depths of the water.
Such a deep connection. I think the Heike were even once depicted with armor divers. They truly are a symbol of the Ise Shima region.
Yes, but the setting for that ukiyo-e is Dan no Ura, which isn't anywhere near here. Still, it does go to show that Ama divers have held a deep connection to the sea for a very long time.
You think that Nuka Maru sword unsheathed itself and cleft some spirits in twain?
No, I have it in my basement.
Okay. Well, maybe we should bring that out just in case things get hairy.
And when we're talking about Tobashima region, Ama divers are always going to be key players.
True. If you ask me, they should be brought up before the pirates.
Mind you, the Navy had a critical role to play too.
Right. Well, as fascinating as all of this has been, Cersei, I'd say it's high time we return to our primary topic of interest here.
Oh, and what would that be? Personally, now that we've visited Issei Shrine, I'm more or less satisfied.
Cersei, you disappoint me. We didn't come here purely to chase legends, did we?
On here I was hoping we could move on to buying some souvenirs next.
You know perfectly well that the true purpose of my voyage is nothing more or less than a treasure hunt.
Right.
Of course, I'm sure all this information we've been gathering will come in handy as well. First thing first, let's head back to the inn. From there, we can plan our next move.
Why are they looking at me?
We're talking to you, player. We're talking to you, player.
That's where we're going. We're going to the inn.
We're going to the inn.
I don't need to talk about that, Fergs. No!
2 more.
I was like, alright, one more massive yap session. Just fucking poofed it up.
Let's get to. Oh, wait.
Okay, what's the treasure hunt?
Ah, great.
Ooh, okay. Friends. Best buds.
Finally, Tit for Tat has a friend.
The leader of the
Blue.
hoodlum band, Blues Brutal Beef. Oh, it's the leader, damn. Albeit in name only. I don't know. The son of Avi's Academy's board chairman, he turned to delinquency in defiance of his father, who refused to accept Tit for Tat, the very first friend he ever made. Although small in stature and timid by nature, those who have seen him cornered tell a different story, describing his berserk behavior as that of a bird possessed.
Don't mess with
Damn.
Little Blue.
Do not mess with them. I fucking love Tit for Tat. Anyways.
Alright.
Treasure
Well,
hunt.
I need to finish my food, so give me a second. Well, you guys can do it actually. In fact, you do, Cersei.
Sure.
After collecting information about mermaids and returning to the inn, Avi and Cersei have a meeting to plan for their true objective, a treasure hunt.
Treasure hunting.
Treasure hunt! Ryuken guest room. Now then, I believe it is time we discussed our strategy.
Sure. What do you mean by strategy?
Should be obvious. We must reflect on all we've learned if we want to move forward. Thinking time. It seems to me she knows her fair share of both useful and useless facts. It's time we get down to business, though. Some of the notes I've taken. The information in them is not substantive and likely of no use. There's a sketch of a mermaid mummy that I found in our family storage.
Ugly.
Bringing it along would have been out of the question, so I settled on just bringing a sketch. Oh, that's right. I still haven't told Cersei why I'm searching for mermaids. I'll get to it. What is this? Oh, that's...
Oh, is this the business card from the guy we met earlier?
It is. We managed to glean some surprisingly good information from that exchange. I still remember it like it was yesterday.
It was yesterday.
First thing first, let's head back to the inn. From there, we can plan our next move.
Pardon me, but would the lovely lady and handsome gentleman be willing to spare me a moment?
Why yes. The gentleman does have some time.
I suppose that makes me the lady then? Oh, it's you. You've been following us for quite some time.
Who's this motherfucker? Huh, he has? For how long?
Since the Issei Grand Shrine, I believe.
Truly. Maybe you could try to keep me appraised of things like this in the future, Cersei.
It appears I wasn't as stealthy as I thought. My apologies for the indiscretion. But you see, the two of you piqued my interest. Foreigners in Issei Bay searching for a mermaid.
Oh! Oh, you overheard everything. How embarrassing.
Avi, hollering won't lessen the embarrassment. But how rude of me.
Alright, I'm back.
I ought to introduce myself.
Oh, okay. Huh?
I'm an event planner here in Issei City. My name is Kipe Ikoma.
Oh, fancy business card and everything. What a charming fellow. Let's see. Style planning, and it says here you're the CEO.
I'm actually the only employee, so the title doesn't mean much.
I see. I apologize for the rudeness, but I actually just ran out of the business cards of my own.
Did you ever have any?
I had heard you need to carry business cards to Japan if you wanted to avoid looking suspicious, but I still forgot to bring mine. Or any. But the freewheeling and forgetful man before you goes by the name Arvan Burnham, a fantasy author who is merely passing through. Do you believe me? Or am I too suspicious? Without a business card for proof, the verdict is yours alone to make.
So you're an author, Mr. Barnum.
Please, call me Avi. This is Cersei. She has studied more Japanese history than even the average Japanese citizen.
It's a pleasure. If you'd like, I can list the top 100 of Issei's best features at any time.
Okay.
No, aren't you a delight? I was right to take an interest in the two of you.
This dude gives off curse powers? Nah, I think he's just weird.
I don't know, bro. Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes, bro.
Giving off curse, yeah.
Just look in the eyes.
Well, I'm gonna skim through this one, quite honestly. Director of Salad Planning, a venture company primarily focused on planning, tourism. Ambitious young man, Kepi is both highly driven, tenacious. Currently planning a PR project themed on mermaids as a sightseeing attraction. Okay. About 6 years ago, with the support of wealthy tycoon Yoshitsu Yamashina, moved to Issei with the countryside with nothing but the clothes on his back and eyes for making the fortune. The aggressiveness won him Yamashina's favor, and after several years spent building the experience of his assistant, the tycoon granted Kipe an investment with which he started his current company. Couldn't say to be particularly strict with him. This is a reflection of how high expectation he has for the future. Kipe is often told that he looks old for his age, but as this means he is not taken lightly when doing business, he sees it as an advantage. Is this? It is the, okay, so this is the guy who gave him money.
Alright.
Yeah,
He
so-
might be the successor.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is this the successor then?
Maybe.
Forgive me for my bluntness, but would you mind sparing me a few moments? I'd love to talk a little longer.
No.
I suppose that could be arranged. But give me a second.
Avi!
Sir, I gotta...
Avi, we have to run. Avi.
Well, what's the run? He gave me a business card. He's good.
I don't like him.
Business card. You gave me a cool little business card. Gust of wind grazed this lovely observation deck. Yeah, before I talk to you, I want to talk to my partner here. What do you think, Cersei?
Feels like a scammer who targets foreign tourists.
Quite the blunt one, aren't you, young lady?
Okay, but let's see if I get scammed.
The truth is, I'm currently planning a promotional tourism campaign for the Ise-Shima region. I was thinking of using mermaid legends as the centerpiece of the campaign.
Mermaids, huh?
I'm sure you're already quite aware of the mermaid legends of Ise Bay, yes? I thought we could hold events and exhibitions centered around such legends to attract tourists.
I see. So that's why you were interested in mermaids.
Additionally, the Ise-Shima region is also famous for its pearls. I believe mermaids and pearls naturally complement one another.
True, and there's also a famous legend that a mermaid tears turn into pearls when they are washed away by the ocean.
Oh, such a story would do wonders for driving tourism to the area. Does this project mean you are knowledgeable about mermaids in Ise then, Mr. Ikoma?
I suppose it does. I know a fair bit. For example, there are some mermaid legends that most people have never heard of.
Oh, do share, please.
A long time ago, there was an island south of Kamishima known as Taishi.
Oh my
Have you heard
god,
of it?
bro. Yes, we
I'm
know
afraid
about
I
Teshima.
haven't.
Well, they don't, but... It rings a bell. It was also called Teishima by some.
That's absolutely right. It is said that once upon a time, 3 mermaids lived on Taishima.
Wow, 3 of them? Tell me, were these human mermaids or fish mermaids?
Human mermaids? Well, I suppose their upper bodies were human, so I suppose you could describe them as such.
We're getting close, baby. We're getting there. I see. Then that would separate them from the 3 mermaids discovered in Beach Shuho during the Heian period.
Oh, this is the first I've heard of this tale.
However, Taishima sunk about 400 years ago during a natural disaster. The mermaids seem to have vanished after that.
What? That's such a shame.
Regardless, it is said that the 3 mermaids were called Sobe, Nagame, and Hayase.
So the mermaids were named too, huh? That definitely adds to the authenticity of the story.
Pardon me, Mr. Ikoma. I never came across such concrete information. Where did you learn this?
I don't blame you for questioning my source. I also haven't managed to find any records of this tale.
I made
Bruh.
it the hell up.
I just kinda gaslit all
I
of you.
freeballed it a little bit.
You see, the story has passed down through word of mouth. As it turns out, there was a single man who managed to escape the island's destruction. His descendants have kept the legend alive.
Aha! So it's one of those descendants you heard the story from.
That's right. They live a modest, private life these days.
When the story comes straight from a descendant like that, it does lend some credibility.
Does it? Does it really?
You believe in this? Amazing. A brand new mermaid legend.
The real question is why.
Why?
There's a long history of people making up legends to drive tourism. Such stories linger on despite their veracity being entirely unverifiable.
I suppose.
Is something the matter?
You're a fraudster and we know it.
What she said. I would love to inquire deeper about these Taishima mermaid. If you don't mind, could you share the identity of these descendants you speak of?
I'm gonna have to think hard. No. I can't do that. She is not the friendliest of sort. Frankly, even I have trouble getting her to open up. No matter how many times I visit her, I always feel like I'm only getting part of the story.
I see. That's a real shame.
Now, this might not be much consolation, but I have another interesting rumor from this descendant to share.
Oh, well, I'm all ears.
It concerns one of the rumored Taishima mermaids. It is said that a few decades ago, one of these mermaids turned human and now lives among us.
No kidding?
She became human?
It does ring a bell, though. Wow, that is exactly like the story of the Little Mermaid. What an exciting discovery.
You say this was only a few decades ago? That makes it quite recent. This former mermaid could even be walking among the people here as we speak.
If the story is true, then yes. However, I'll concede that even I find the story hard to believe.
It is a little fantastical.
I also kind of just made that shit up.
Well, think about it.
We should take this tale with a pinch of salt until we can identify its source.
Right, right.
By the way, may I ask why you're searching for Issei Bay's mermaid, Zabi?
No particular reason. I just thought it'd be fun to wander through some sightseeing areas related to the mermaid folklore. That's all.
I see. Well, since you've traveled all the way to Japan to sightsee, I'd love to ask you some questions. Was there anything missing from the areas you visited that you think might have made your trip more enjoyable?
What about those photo spots you put your face in?
Oh, I know those. I love them.
Really? Are they that interesting?
They're a Japanese tourism classic. It would be nice to see more of them.
Agreed. If I saw one, I would certainly take a photo with it. Oh, and please sell more of the little pendant flags. I can't resist them.
I see. I truly appreciate the input, but perhaps things are fine as they are.
Why the fuck you ask then? Why the fuck you ask
I
then?
don't even care. No pennant
God, what-
flags. No
what
funny little
dumbass
photos you put your
American
face in.
American ideas, you guys. We are not doing all that. Should you discover anything new regarding the area's mermaids, please let me know.
Understood. We hope you'll do the same for us. Well, it's about time for us to get going.
Yes, of course. Thank you, and I apologize again for taking up so much of your time. Actually, since you've come all the way to Japan,
Oh,
if anything happens to you during your vacation here, or you need any other help at all, please feel free to give me a call. I'm quite familiar with all sorts of businesses in the area. For example, I could put you in touch with someone, should you be looking to interview Ama divers.
oh, really? That's very nice. You're not just saying it as a formality, are you? A free-spirited lad like myself will not hesitate to take you up on that offer like this. I will call you.
Please do not hold back. I'll leave you two to your sightseeing. Please have a good time.
Yeah, those were the days. I'm very fond of those memories. If mermaids really did live on Taishima, certainly worth investigating. Ah, a business card. Oh, I still remember when the guy talked to me on that very day. I remember like it was yesterday. It's
Or if
Okama's
right
business
back
card.
in.
He's the CEO of the event planning company we ran into earlier. Now, let me look at this map here.
I remember it just like it was yesterday.
That map looks quite old.
Just a loop. Exactly. It is also the precise reason I have come to Mie. Put it simply, this is no ordinary map. This is a mermaid treasure map.
Mermaid treasure map.
Allow me to explain. Once I look
You
around,
already know, bro. You found this shit
No,
in your,
you don't
in your.
know.
We found this shit in your grandma's possessions, and you like, oh my god.
My
bro.
bag! A faithful traveling companion of several decades. I know there's a little bird in here somewhere. Where's that little bird? Oh, flowers. Dried flowers. I suppose this is an embodiment of the Japanese concept wabi wabi, or however you say it. Wabi wabi. This is the Murakumote. It's a small inn located in Toba. It's a laid-back inn that feels more like a private residence than a hotel thanks to the attentive staff. I could barely count all the different fresh fish we were served for dinner last night. I have not felt so full in a while.
Uh-oh.
Fish? What kind of fish?
What kind of fish?
Yeah,
you're feeding me,
check before you ate it?
feeding me fish, mermaids. What the fuck?
I just want to see a living one, not eat one. Each room is equipped with a mosquito trap. They tend to come in through the windows on hot days. It's a neat contraption. You just have to plug it in and place it, and it will kill any nearby mosquitoes. Traps like these are reliable, as well as easier and safer than the combustible type, so they've gotten quite popular. Somebody on the dev team said, while they're making this realm, we need to add a bug trap, and we need to have a character say a comment on the bug trap. No, it won't have any significance to the story. No, I just want to add it just to add it. It may resemble an L-shaped dividing screen, but I think it's actually a Talarak. Is it gonna come back up? You think?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Gonna come back up?
Yeah, the mosquito trap is the killer.
It's the killer.
Think about it. How many
I mean,
people has
it's
it
killing a
killed
lot of
already?
things.
Here's my guess. Avi is going to see the samurai curse. And he goes, Eureka! I know what to do. He plugs in a mosquito trap, lays it down, and goes, I got my back turned. Hopefully no one slices me up in twain.
And then there's the fucking samurai. Oh, what is this technology? Bzzz.
Welcome to the 1980s, pussy. And then he gets zapped. It's a clothes rack. I see. So what's it do?
Yes, normally it's used to hang kimonos, but this one is quite small, so I suppose it would work well for towels and other small garments.
You're quite knowledgeable.
Thank you.
The door to our room. Outside is a hallway with a restroom and wash basin for communal use. Guests place their shoes in the cubbies at the entrances and wear slippers while inside the inn.
Wow.
Okay, I'll tell you.
Wow.
I'll tell you about the map now. After I check out this poster. There's a poster advertising the island of Kamishima.
I'd love to pay a visit to a remote island like that. The name is interesting too. Intriguing.
Ah, Kame means turtle, doesn't it? I got that. Anyways, map. I found this map in the old family storage. It was left behind by my great-grandma.
If she's your great-grandmother, that would make her my great-grandmother's sister. I heard she was exiled from the Lunar Light family because of her eccentricities.
What could you be exiled
What did
for?
she do?
That's correct. She was quite fond of the occult and amassed a number of suspicious curios over her lifetime. As a child, I loved searching through those storehouses that housed her collection. It was like a treasure hunt for wonders, a demon's tail, a yeti's bone, a book of black magic, Ogopogo's tooth, a piece of a UFO,
What?
a crystal skull. Oh, I don't know.
Ogopogo.
I don't know.
What? So what are you talking about, bro?
I don't know. I have no idea. I cannot vouch that any of it is authentic, but it was still so exciting to look through. It's no exaggeration when I say that this very storehouse is what led me down the path of becoming a fantasy author.
I suppose that's the kind of formative experience that an occult writer needs.
Just so. I have to thank my great-grandmother. She's the reason I can put food on the table. And among the items in that collection was this.
I see. A mermaid mummy.
Precisely. They were rather prevalent at sideshows and the likes all over the world in the 19th century. Mermaid mummies from Japan were quite popular because of their high quality. A number of them even made their way to Europe.
Hmm.
This one probably made its way to the family stores around this time. It was probably passed from one seller to another until it ended up in my great-grandma's hands.
How are you so sure it was made in Japan?
Well, you see, it's got the tag. I gave this mummy a thorough investigation. I even took it apart. Sure enough, it was made of wood and paper clay. But lo and behold, I also found this map inside.
Truly, you found a map inside a mummy?
Whoever made it all those years ago must have snuck the map inside. I doubt my great-grandma had the slightest idea of where it even... Oh, jeez, it was even in there.
That's an incredible discovery.
It is simply tantalizing, is it not? There is not a doubt in my mind that it will lead to the most thrilling discovery.
So then, why did you call this mermaid treasure map?
Well, it was hidden inside a mermaid mummy, so it follows it must be a treasure map of sorts, no?
I see, your enthusiasm has carried you quite a ways from home. I'm impressed.
Thank you kindly. I have no doubt a treasure lies somewhere in Issei Bay.
What a shame there's no X to mark the spot.
Indeed, and this leads us to our first conundrum. Any idea how to decipher the map, Cersei?
Put me on the spot, why don't you? But it does look like something is written here. Do you know what it says?
Oh, that part. I actually did some research on that. Apparently it says, search the 95th.
Search the 95th. I'm sure that makes it sound like it leads to a secret location of some sort.
Let me check something. Culture, society, no, tradition, history.
Was there a reference to 95?
Search the 87.
Episode 95.
No!
I gotta turn my flux off.
Haven't fallen in love with the woman who serves the Imperial... Oh, go ahead. I'll let you do that first.
Okay. I had to right click, so...
Yep. All good. Get back to that. Tale of... So, search the 95. Hikaboshi. Having fallen in love with the woman who serves in the Imperial Court, a man... Oh, so this is... Okay, it's this one. Managed to meet her after partially waiting for the right moment. However, the two are still separated by a screen. The man recites a poem to her, proclaiming that his love for her is greater than even Hokoboshi's love for Orihime. He compares the screen to separating them to the Milky Way that separates the two legendary lovers. Moved by the wars, the woman... Okay, so this could refer to this episode. Okay.
I already read that.
Okay. Oh, my... Fuck happened to my controller? One second.
Your controller died as soon as you backed out? That's so weird.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened there. That's fine. It should be good now.
Just check it out.
Cool. There we go. Yep. And it must be related to mermaids. Aren't you just itching to find it?
You know it.
I knew it. I'm counting on you to help me solve the map's riddle. Oh, I just remembered.
Hmm?
You said you can douse, no? Can't you just douse for the treasure? Then we can just skip this whole map and riddle business together?
I apologize, but that's impossible.
Truly?
Lame.
And why?
Dowsing is usually used to find waterways, veins of ore, or other such things. My dowsing, however, can be used to find people and objects imbued with spiritual power. However, I must be familiar with the spiritual power that I'm looking for.
I see. In other words, you want to be able to find a treasure you've never seen or heard of.
Yes, the distance from which I can detect the source also depends on how strong the spiritual power is.
It's not quite the superpower I thought it was.
I say we've had enough of a diversion. Let's get back to investigating your map.
Okay, so she'll have to survive the samurai curse period once, and then she can just adapt, find the target, and go about dealing with it afterwards.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Okay. Well, I want to talk more about it. To be frank, I didn't just come here to solve the maps riddle. My real goal is to find an actual mermaid.
Oh yes, I had a feeling that was it.
So you already knew. Exorcists sure have some keen instincts.
What will you do when you find a mermaid? Do you want to become immortal?
I suppose. Might as well, considering all the trouble finding one will be.
Your reasoning is unexpectedly uninspired.
Simple though it may be, I find the idea quite romantic, akin to descending to a new stage of humanity.
Sure, I guess.
I take it you disagree with my thinking, Cersei?
I fail to see why my opinion should matter here. What you do is your decision to make. Though I'm not certain that an immortal can still be called human. Still, your decision is irrelevant to my duty, so I will try not to interfere. Actually, meeting an immortal would be a rare once-in-a-lifetime chance. Please transcend humanity and let me examine you.
I'd prefer if you didn't speak to me like a research specimen, but I'll overlook it for now.
Though I do wonder if immortality would actually bring you any happiness. When you look at the old folk tales, it tends to be less of a blessing and more of a curse.
Oh, jeez, don't say that after I already made up my mind and everything.
Well, I'm sure you'll be alright. If you tire of immortality, you only need to embark on a journey, like a modern-day Yalbukuni.
That is one way to look at it, though I think the nun part might be an issue. Well, I shouldn't get too far ahead of myself. There's no immortality to be had till I find a mermaid flesh biting. So let's start there.
Understood. I'm also quite interested in finding a mermaid myself.
Should we talk about the map again?
No.
Oh, man.
Searching just for a mermaid alone seems like a waste.
Agreed. Best way to go about this would be to find a living human mermaid. And I have no doubt that this map will lead us to the place that's related to mermaids and immortality.
This is quite exciting.
Now this is what I call a true adventure. No matter the era, there's nothing better than a quest for the unknown. I worried yesterday that Cersei might struggle to sleep on just a futon in a tatami room like this, but she looked well rested, so I suppose she's used to it. I, on the other hand, was too excited to get much sleep. Can we please
don't ask me about that fucking map.
Oh, fine. I want to talk about the map. I want to talk about the map.
No.
Did you notice something?
It looks like something's written on the other side. Have you literally never read the other side of the map? Are you fucking stupid?
There's another side? See, I knew I must have missed something. I should carefully hold the edge when I want to look on the other side.
You have a Eureka button.
I do have a Eureka button. What? Now what is this?
Take a close look at all those spots on the back of the map. They're stars.
They're stars. Oh, those. I just missed them as a bunch of stain.
You dumb as hell.
What? Wait a minute. A black void. Eureka! The light shines down upon him. Inspiration strikes. I figured it out.
It's a bit hard to see what you mean when you're looking at the back of the map. Can you point it at the front?
You make a fair point. I may be less inspiration struck than I first assumed. I'll have to think on this a bit more. Let me just switch it over here. Let me just switch it. Eureka! Inspiration strikes! I figured it out!
Okay, so where's the treasure?
Yeah. It's gonna be right here.
On the shoreline? The treasure's buried on the shoreline? Why would it be there?
It felt right.
I hope you don't mind my asking, but would you please care to show me a more definite location?
Dang it! Oh, maybe less than 5. Hold on, let me double check something. Here, Eureka!
It's okay.
I've got it!
Alright, let's see it this time.
Here!
Wow.
Aw.
Unless you find a way to shine some light on this riddle, we're fucked.
Oh man, whatever. Let me double check this real quick. I didn't want to click that. I'm so. I don't have a,
Eureka!
no, that was my bad.
Oh
my
my
bad.
god.
The hell? So these gotta be the stars. These have gotta be the fucking stars.
You know, hold it up to the.
Oh,
Oh,
wait.
look at him go! Look at him go! It's gotta be in the
Now,
middle of the triangle, right?
Something about those spots right here. It's gotta be right
Yeah,
here.
it's like the Bermuda Triangle right here.
It's gotta be right fucking
Eureka!
there. Oh yeah. Urethra! I've got it! And
Have you figured it out?
here. What the hell?
Wow, that map, that's a very lovely spot, but are you sure that's it though?
What more do you want from me?
What more do you want from me? The treasure, motherfucker, the treasure. If I were to guess, I would say that it's over 100 years old. No, perhaps even more than 200 years old. I wonder how old it really is.
Oh my god. Can't someone else just solve the puzzle for me? Okay, well it's not in the middle. I'm gonna say...
Wait.
I'm gonna say...
I got it.
where the two lovers met. It's those two stars.
The
intertwined.
Milky Way in between the two lovers.
Yep. The
The
screen.
wall that separates
the
them.
screen.
The screen,
Right.
indeed.
Here. What the
Wow.
hell?
Okay, maybe we just got our stars mixed. Put it in between all of them.
Let me. It's gonna be one in between somewhere here. It's gonna be in between this one here. Oh my god.
Grok, where is the treasure?
Where's the treasure, bro? It's gonna be this one here.
Right here!
No, Avi, I don't want you to kill yourself, but that's not it.
Oh my gosh. It's gotta be something about the stars. It's gotta be about the stars. Search the 95th is written on the map around the location of Issei Providence. Issei Providence. Not Issei Providence, but the story. 95. Separated by a screen. Better than Hokoboshi for here or Hime. Like a Milky Way that separates the two legendary lovers. The woman removes the screen, allowing them to finally meet face to face.
Okay, maybe two stars smooching.
2 stars smooching. Well, there's no 2 stars smooching. Are we sure it's not here?
Maybe we're looking at it wrong. Maybe it's like one of those pictures that, you know, are like they become an image. You know what I mean? I don't know what the right name for them is, but like you look at them, they just look like lines, and then you look hard enough and you go, God damn, that's a woman with an umbrella.
Oh, I think I see what you mean.
Okay. Where would the screen be?
I'm trying to make anything out.
Do we have to look at what the stars mean?
We might need to pull up the star data log.
Yeah, let's pull up the star data log here then. Would it be under phenomena? Well, let's just... Disaster, Bay, Mermaid, 800.
I'm gonna ask AI what Mermaid tastes like.
That's a good question. What the fuck? Is it not? Oh, Summer Triangle. Here we go.
This is an unhinged thing to ask.
Vega and Altair are
women?
also said to represent Orihime and Hikobushi. These are the two central figures. Okay, so this is the one we need to look at. Vega and Altair. So Vega and Altair. Okay. Oh, let me try and Eureka this again.
Okay,
So
so
this
it's got to be the one at the bottom right. Is I think Vega? Is that it?
Fuck, I gotta pull it up again. Vega, I think, was at the bottom here.
The
Oh no,
point.
Vega's.
No, oh,
Vega,
that's
yeah,
Altair.
okay.
Altair is.
Yeah, Altair is the very bottom. Yeah, and then Vega is gonna be the one going up to the side of it, that's Orihime.
Okay.
So this is Orihime and the other guy here. These
Right,
two.
so it has to be between those two somewhere.
If we're assuming it's the screen, which it should be. Maybe I'll try. Let me try hitting the shore. Actually, let me try hitting the shore. I'm gonna hit this. Nope.
Didn't they say there was like a portal somewhere rumored on one of these islands in the middle of them?
I was gonna say maybe it's one of the islands, like that island.
Oh, maybe
between
yeah,
them?
maybe because there's a physical screen. Maybe you're
A screen.
an actual screen here. Ugh.
Oh man.
Where is this? Where is it?
Are we dumb? Are we fucking stupid? What's this symbol mean? Seriously, do you recognize this symbol on the lower right?
Ah, yes, it's from the game Killer Instinct.
Ooh.
It's quite similar to Sanskrit. However, I don't recall a character quite like this one.
My favorite character is Thunder.
It may be a mark unique to the cartographer, like a signature.
If that's the case, it's irrelevant to our investigation.
I agree, though my opinion will change should we come across the symbol elsewhere.
She basically just said, we will see the symbol again, and we will pull it back up. Oh my golly. So these are the triangles. It's these two in particular that are the most interesting.
The lovers.
The lovers.
Let me hit a low Eureka real quick. Let me hit this shit.
Sure, go ahead.
Let me hit a low Eureka real quick.
I already hit that little town area there.
You already hit this?
Yeah, well, not too far into it, so maybe that's a spot there, but...
Oh.
Maybe try, maybe it's not, like, dead on the middle. Maybe try a certain direction, like, towards one of the stars. Yeah.
I have no idea.
A screen. The two lovers.
These are the two lovers, right?
These are the two lovers. That's Vega and Altair.
And this is the middle. This little path here in the middle is like this
That could be
cut
something,
end is
yeah.
kind of like right in the middle between these two.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's gotta be deep. It's gotta be deep. It's gotta be deep.
Where is African Scholar at? We need him.
Where is he?
African Scholar, where's the mermaid treasure? That is a good question. Allow me to elaborate. This print, like, Cersei's got like the equivalent of earbuds in from this guy saying Eureka constantly over and over.
Damn, this shit tough.
Let me grab it. Could this? I don't think so, but it could be this little thing. No.
Okay, so you guys are certain that these are the lovers, 100%.
Yeah, we can even go back to the files where like pretty much it like resembles it.
And what are we looking for? We just said a treasure. Okay,
Search
so
for the 95th.
the 95th. We have the 95th
which is-
story that we looked at.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the lover's green.
That's really the only 95th I can think of.
But it's the most relevant. I mean, it came up during these chapters, anyways.
Yeah. Where was it at?
It's very top. Oh, is it? Could it just be the star itself? Actually, are we stupid? Go
It
click.
might be.
Can you click like the very bottom right star?
The bottom right fat one?
Yeah.
Right here.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, alright, bro.
Wow.
Hoko,
Alright, we were doing too
Hoko
much.
Hoko
That was
Bochi.
Altair.
Oh,
Wait, Hoko
yeah, no,
Bochi.
oh. Well, that's the episode name, but we can also do Altair too. Allow me to explain. You see, the 95th in the riddle must refer to the 95th tale of the Tales of Issei. Have it? And the title of that tale is none other than Hokoboshi. Next, note how the Summer Triangle constellation is drawn on the back. The location of Hokoboshi, or Altair, corresponds to this very spot on the map.
Incredible! I should have expected nothing less. You truly are a genius, Avi.
It took you like 50 tries. Good job.
That took 95 tries.
Nothing compared to the rush of a breakthrough. Let's keep riding this high. Okay, now what do we do?
Even if we were to search the area on the map, it's in the middle of the sea. How are we supposed to search a place like that? Looking for an unknown object somewhere on a large swath of the seafloor seems like an impossible task.
You're right. That does sound difficult. We might have to ask our friendly CEO for help.
He did give us his card. However, wouldn't that mean we had to inform him of the map? No.
No other way about it. In addition, should we find it, I imagine he'll expect a share of the spoils. I really wanted to keep it all to myself. Sharing is the worst.
I understand, but we have no other options.
Shame. But I
You haven't
suppose you're
tried
right.
any other.
Should
Alright.
contact him as soon as we can.
He knows that we're in a place famous for alma divers. You don't think you could just go to the island and be like, hey, what's up, alma divers? Wanna help us out? I lost my fucking wedding ring. I was out there sailing, I lost my wedding ring. Dive right here.
Come
Alright, that seems like
back
one
with a
of
box
the-
full of treasure. What you got there, partner? Oh, that's nothing. It's just my wedding ring's in here. I just brought the box down here to hold it and contain it.
Yeah, it comes up with the demon skull.
Okay, Avi and Cersei's quest for immortality is in full-on swing. Having pinpointed a likely location on their mysterious map, they ask Kepe Ikoma to investigate it on their behalf. What?
However,
What? What? They asked Kipe to investigate it on their behalf? What do you mean on their behalf? They didn't even go? They didn't even go?
curious. The next day.
Hello, this is Ikoma. I'm calling about the seafloor investigation. I asked an Ama diver to investigate the area because I was keen to get results as soon as possible. However, she has not returned.
GG. Alright, well, we gotta do this shit ourselves. Alright, now let's get to it.
Oh, finna whip this hole. Which is why we're heading out there ourselves to assess the situation. We've nothing else to do after all.
So he asked an Alma diver to investigate the seafloor in this area.
I guess in a place like this, it would be faster to hire an Alma than a regular driver. Even in this age, you can still get some Almas to do contractual dives, huh? It appears she was contracted to investigate for about an hour, at which point she was to return, even if empty-handed. I suppose the intent was just for her to survey the area to start with.
However, several hours have passed with no word from the diver, and I can see why Ikoma is worried.
Well, start by checking out that location. We can request a police search after it need be. Seriously, you have a bad feeling about this?
I do, ever since we first heard about this.
I see.
There's a strong negative spirit energy in the air that has only intensified as we approach the spot. Something happened out there.
The diver didn't make it back. Is it safe for us to go?
I have a talisman that repels evil. It should be fine.
Well, if you say so. Worst comes to worst, we'll reunite in the afterlife.
Understood. Leave it to me. I don't want to spend my afterlife with Avi. There's something there. Just fucking.
I got really excited.
Okay.
That must be the Alma diver's boat. Doesn't appear to be anyone aboard. How unsettling.
You're right. There's something terrible here.
Is it really that bad?
It is. I can tell even from this distance. It's coming from the bucket.
Oh my
Saturated
God.
with a sinister spiritual energy. There's some real powerful curse inside. And it's got
maybe
those
it's time to get the
initials.
police.
That's the same initial, you're right. Inside the bucket? Does that mean the Alma diver found something on the seafloor and brought it up to the surface? And perhaps succumbed to the curse while trying to get it out?
Yes, unfortunately. As we cannot say for certain what misfortune this curse may call forth, I need you to remain cautious.
Starfish.
You need to dispel curses, Cersei?
It depends on the curse itself, but I believe I may be able to handle this one of this caliber.
That's a relief. Is it really safe for us to approach that boat, though?
Yes, it's fine for me, at least.
Understood. If anything happens to me, then I'll leave the rest to you. When your object is so cursed that you don't need to see you don't need fucking spirits to see how evil it is.
Oh my, there's a small metal box in the bucket. This has to be the source.
Can we take it?
Yes, provided I can overpower the malice it's engulfed in. Ha! That was it. It should be safe to touch now. I'll leave that part to you.
No problem.
No, I don't trust that.
Is this a box? It's pretty heavy. What do you think this box is exactly?
It appears to be quite old. It likely dates back to the same time period as your map. Here, take a look at this on the top of the box. Do you recognize it from anywhere?
That's on the
Wait.
map.
On the seafloor? Is that the sigil?
Oh.
Oh.
Is that the sigil that was on the seafloor?
I think it's the sigil.
Say it only saw it on the seafloor, and then he'll be like, what? She'll be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. Should correct us, but I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, but I mean, we are. What role are we playing? This gives us a hint as to what role we're playing, because the storyteller was talking about similar in the first one. So, yeah, I don't know. Let's see what he says. We gotta see what he says with here seafloor.
I think I saw it on the seafloor.
Excuse me?
What?
How and when would you have seen anything on the seafloor?
Huh? Did I say that?
Must you joke all the time? This symbol matches the one we found on the map.
Oh, right. It's identical.
It's thus fair to say that the map was leading us toward this exact box.
That only makes it identity all the more intriguing. This damn 3D modeled box. What the hell's going on with it? There's some strange lines on the side. Perhaps it's some sort of pattern. appears to open from the top, but it's not budging at all. It would take quite a lot of strength to force it open.
I believe this box has been sealed with powerful spiritual energy. It was probably sealed by a skilled sorcerer a long time ago. I doubt it will open by any normal means.
I can feel something shifting whenever I turn it. There must be some kind of mechanism inside.
Then I suppose you'll want to align the box with the spiritual energy of this place.
In English, Poindexter?
What? All I was saying is that it's likely that the mechanism for unlocking the box is activated by orienting the box in the right direction and the right order.
I see. So if I have to figure out where to point it, leave it to me.
Waffle, mind it open. I'm sure nothing bad will happen.
This is barbecue chicken. This is definitely the spot indicated by the map.
I'm gonna have to be level 30 diver before I can just mine the box open.
Yeah, that's true. We don't need this. Our armor diver comes back. Oh, look, a box. I'm not sure I really understand it, but I'll take out the box anyways. If I need help, I'll ask Cersei. This is easy. Now then, how to open this metal box? I should investigate the box and rotate it so I can get a good look at all 4 sides.
This one has 1 dot.
Oh, I already know what this is. These are islands.
Oh, okay.
At least what it looks like so far. Maybe even clouds. Let's see here. Wait just a second. Hold the phone.
Damn, this shit is a what is the number locks? The rotating locks? A combination lock. This thing's basically a combination lock. You gotta hold it up to the islands.
Oh, and they have like the dots below it. Like I guess.
Yeah, that's
one.
one.
First.
Yeah. You gotta rotate it like a combination lock.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think it's here. Too high up. Oh!
Oh! I felt something moving inside the box! It must be on the right track!
Nice, keep at it!
Okay, let's get to number 2 then. That's number 4.
That's 3.
Oh, this is... Oh, my bad. There we go. These... Alright, I'm on fire. That's 2. Oh, come on, you tell me that's not it? No, I guess it wouldn't be. And let me just scoot over here. Wouldn't be these here. Must be these. Oh, here we go. This is definitely it here. It's here! I found it!
Just one left.
Oh god, are we really opening Pandora's box? Is this smart?
Yeah. I think it's smart. Nothing here. Well, I'm not sure about
One
this
lone
one.
island. One lone. We gotta find one lone.
Oh,
Wait,
Oh,
but that island wasn't there.
it
The one
doesn't
on the
exist
right
anymore.
wasn't there. Yeah, I guess you're
Doesn't exist
right.
anymore. Yeah. It opened.
Congratulations. What's inside?
Let's see. What is this? What the hell is this then? A small wooden carving?
Oh. Is that the Raging Waves? Curse of the Forsaken Fish.
Forsaken
Oh
Fish.
shit! That's what's gonna turn. That's what turns people into fish.
That's,
No,
yeah.
that's yeah.
Maybe. It looks
That's-
like it, probably.
That's why they think it's fake.
Oh!
Oh!
Oh shit.
Something came out!
Oh god.
Oh, yeah, what is this? Make it stop!
Hey,
Deep, painful, persistent memory has invaded my mind. Drip forever, ill-doers, be as fish, perish.
Be as fish. Be as fish.
Yes,
Fire, the curse of the forsaken fish crystal. You can use it to turn people into fish and kill them when they are submerged in the water of Ice Bay. It can even be used as a distant, provided the target meets the requirements. Please press the use curse button when you wish to use the curse. Become fish!
Become as fish.
I can't believe Burnham gets.
We gotta open that shit. We gotta open that shit. We gotta open that shit. All right, it's time to lock the fuck in. Yeah, this shit is fire. What a mermaid design. This shit is sick. This shit is sick. A fish dragon with human face. All right. A curse born from the final moments of Hyasei, a mermaid brutally tortured to death by humans on Taishima around 400 years ago. The curse has the power to kill any human submerged in the waters of Issei Bay by gradually turning them into a fish, starting from their feet. However, the excruciating pain suffered during the transformation often results in them dying before the metamorphosis is complete.
Oh my god.
The bodies of those who succumb to the curse decay almost instantly, shriveling up into dissected fibrous masses. The curse can also be triggered remotely, provided that the curse bearer knows their victim's exact location. Mermaids inherently possess the ability to turn humans into fish at will. The curse of the Forsaken Fish is the result of that ability being turned into a conditional curse and sealed within a curse stone.
So what are the conditions? Can you just do it? It seems
the
like
conditions are you have to be submerged in the waters of Issei Bay.
Yeah.
The human has to be submerged. Yeah, or the person you want to target.
Yes.
Yep. Any human submerged into it. Yeah. So we don't have to, but they do. But if Burnham has this curse, that means he's already used it in the future.
Yeah, he's used it recently, or he's gonna use it very soon.
Ugh.
Or someone's gonna take it from us.
What the hell was that? Yeah, that's such. What the hell
Maybe
was that?
the business guy.
Nope, nobody is running up on Cersei, bro. They're getting bodied. Nobody. The only people running up on Cersei are the other paranormal investigators, which we know don't have it.
Give me your curse stone. Cersei throws up fucking Shimigami at him.
I think it's Suk. I mean, but Sukai's not beating Cersei though. We'll see. We'll see.
He's gonna take that shit.
I'm not certain. But I believe we may have just acquired a curse tool known as a curse stone. However, they are rarely possessed by such powerful curse echoes. How lucky. They are rarely, yeah, whatever.
Truly are congratulating me, then I'll happily celebrate with you. But can I ask you something first?
Of course.
Am I cursed? Am I gonna die?
I wouldn't say that you are cursed, per se. There was a similar case in Tokyo last year.
Only last year. Hold on a minute. I can't think straight. This is far too overwhelming. Incredible amount of information flooded to my mind. I need a moment to settle before I can take in anything else.
You must mean the resentful memory held by the curse. It's a phenomenon wherein the events leading up to the curse forming are passed on to the curse bearer so that its grudge will spread. Oh, and curse bearer refers to someone who was haunted by a curse echo and thus able to use that curse.
Stop! I already told you I can't take any more information. You're doing this on purpose, aren't you?
This is just curse echoes. Yeah, we already know this shit.
Yeah, we got that. Yeah.
Curse echoes, curse stones.
I think I just learned why Taishima sunk 400 years ago. Let me sort out all this first.
Really? Tell me. You have to tell me.
Yeah, give me a minute. Golly. Gee willikers.
Wait, that means that when we talked to him, he had the curse stone.
Yep. He had the curse stone.
My lad, you want to go for a swim?
Thank you for investigating the situation for me. I was involved in an accident many years ago, so I can't bring myself to go out to sea anymore. You've been a tremendous help.
You're lost, dumbass.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I almost wanted to say the disaster 5 years ago, but it can't be. He can't. Oh, so it's about that, maybe. We actually got our hands on something quite valuable, so we owe you thanks as well.
That's great. I'd love to hear more about what you've discovered, if you don't mind.
Well, sure thing.
Let's give him the empty box.
Oh, this is awesome. I get to tell my cool friend about the curse thing I picked up. This is gonna be awesome. We're in debt to we're in Okima's debt. I suppose we ought to tell him everything we've learned.
I got this little
man,
fish
maybe-
stone. Fucking samurai
You wanna go
PNG.
Oh, that's really nice.
You want to go for a swim?
Will he believe us if we suddenly started talking about curses?
Can we just not bring it up?
I think you can explain it all without bringing that up. Or do you think you can?
Well, we'll see how far that goes. I'm not no silver tongue. Give me a second. There might be a bird around here. 1 second. No bird. No bird. No bird. You seen a bird around here?
I see
No,
many
no
birds.
bird.
Not those types of birds. Whatever. Oh, wait, read that. Alright, let's get to talking. Actually, before that, we're currently at the mouth of Kamo River. There's a residential area further upstream. It seems Mr. Okoma's just arrived in Toba, so we managed to meet up without any problem. Okay, we can talk now, after I inspect you. He may look scary, but his demeanor is surprisingly gentle and kind. He's a very polite young man. People like him tend to be misunderstood because they're a little awkward. He must struggle with that kind of thing a lot.
The diver I hired to perform the search was an Ama diver living in Toba City by the name of Tamiko Suma. I thought there was no way we could pull off the search, but that's when she agreed to take on my request.
I feel terrible about what happened. I can only hope that she's still out there somewhere, unharmed. She had no way of knowing how dangerous this job was.
Please, I'm the one who sent her out there. If there's blame to take, it is mine. But still, what exactly happened out there?
About that, let's start with this middle box the Alma diver found.
Please do.
Let's see how.
It appears Miss Suma decided to take on my commission alone and set out to sea by herself. Perhaps things would have ended differently if she had a boatman with her.
So basically, this is the wooden carving we found inside the metal box.
You mind if I hold it for a minute?
Well, sure thing, friend. Here you
What
go.
the fuck? No!
So your map indicated the location of this wood carving.
We believe so.
The question is why? Why go all the way to just hide it? But to conceal the map in a mermaid mummy? How very intriguing. I suppose a carving like that would have had some value back in the day, but to go through all the effort to preserve it like this.
I believe what was preserved was not the carving itself, but the mermaid's memories that were stored inside the curse. Dun, dun, dun.
Kurt, what? What now?
That's right. In other words, the one who made that box trusted it with a message, and we are the recipients.
Please calm down. I'm feeling quite lost.
I know you're quite excited, but I think we have no choice but to start explaining the curse.
That's right. It's curse chit-chat time. You may be a bit too rational to believe what I'm about to tell you, Mr. Okoma. Even so, I ask that you try your best.
Huh?
If you're ready to hear it, I'm ready to say it. Come, give me your answer in the next 3 seconds. 3.
I'm prepared. Please tell me.
Right.
I see. So the Haishima mermaid known as Hayase was killed by raiders. The hatred she left behind became a curse that entered this wood carving. You, Avi, then inherited her curse in addition to the information from 400 years ago in the form of a resentful memory.
You absorbed all that and quite efficiently. I'm impressed.
This is actually not the first time I've heard of what can happen if one touches a curse stone.
Oh?
Yeah, but let's save that conversation for later. More importantly, you know what actually went down on Taishima 400 years ago.
That's right. I know the truth. All of it. What happened, what didn't, I know it.
You seem a bit frazzled. Do you need more time to collect your thoughts?
There's no need to worry. I am prepared, but it will take some time to explain. It's time to reveal what truly happened 400 years ago on Taishima and the Mermaids.
Lock in.
Please do tell.
Around 400 years ago, the area of Shima Province included Taishima, governed by the Kuki clan. The leader of the clan at the time, the what?
Oh,
Go ahead.
The time was Kuki Sumitaka, and it was his duty to protect the secret of the 3 mermaids living on Taishima.
that must have been Sobe, Nagame, and Hayase.
However, the legend that eating mermaid flesh could grant immortality life was well known, so he secretly hid them on Taishima so no one would learn about their existence. It appears Shumitaka thought of the mermaids as a sacred or divine existence. The thought of seeking immortality for himself likely never crossed his mind. The land where the mermaids lived was a sanctuary that he fiercely protected at all cost.
In other words, Taishima was an island where people worshipped the mermaids in secret.
Indeed, it meant the people live on the island were not simple commoners, but guards tasked with protecting the sanctuary and its mermaid. Sumitaka was so dedicated to keeping the mermaid secret that he kept the existence of Taishima out of historical records. The public believed the island was entirely uninhabited.
I see. By keeping its existence hidden, he was able to keep the mermaids safe.
However, a vassal of Sumitaka's uncle, Yoshitaka, learned about the mermaids on Taishima. He passed this information on to Yoshitaka, who believed obtaining immortality was a must to rise to the top in an era that was so often plagued by war. He commanded his vassal to lead his army to Taishima and do whatever he had to do to return with the flesh of a mermaid. Sumitaka and those of the island resisted, but the invading army was far too powerful. The island was swiftly overran. Ultimately, Hayase was captured and brought before the vassal. The vassal tortured her, demanding she grant him the power of immortality. But Hayase did not yield, even to the most hellish torment. She screamed and cursed with despair and anger until her dying breath.
That's horrible.
The hatred Hayase felt at the moment of her death led to the creation of the curse of the forsaken fish. Become fish. And that is what I learned from the resentful memories inside the cursed stone. But, to be honest, that is only half.
Half of what?
Half a dollar,
Half of the
50
memories.
cents.
$50. The other half is the memories of the one who left behind the metal box. Namely, the story of how the curse of the forsaken fish became a curse stone. Things get a little interesting.
Also, I wanted to point out that Hayase, if that curse echo was them, is a fish mermaid.
Yes. So, yeah. Talk about the box.
That reminds me. I meant to ask about the metal box. If it's been lying on the seafloor for 400 years, how come it wasn't discovered until now?
It was most likely sealed inside of a rock or something until a few months ago.
So it was sealed away until a certain amount of time had passed.
No, I believe the box's unsealing may have been triggered by something.
Well, would that be?
That's us.
That would,
Yeah,
that's
that was us.
Yeah, that has to be. Yeah.
Yeah, that was us.
Finally, we finally know what the consequences were of unsealing that fucking thing.
It appears Miss Suma...
Wait, no. She said a few months ago. We haven't even... This would be
you're
around
right,
the time that we dove. Like, it's too soon.
So we still don't know the consequences of it.
Yeah.
We'll have to find out.
Unless she's just bullshitting, like.
Having failed to obtain immortality, the vassal flew into a rage. Had all inhabitants of Taishima slaughtered as revenge for keeping this secret.
Bro. What the
He
fuck?
sucks. He sucks.
This guy's a dickhead.
Finally, he continued his advance into the sanctuary the islanders had protected down to the last man. There, he destroyed its shrine. What irony that he came so close to the secret that he had been so desperate to find.
Are you saying the other two mermaids were still in the sanctuary?
No, they already fled Taishima. Actually, there were 2 other survivors. Shimitaka's adopted daughter, Princess Hatsune, also escaped the chaos of the invasion unscathed. There was one other islander who managed to survive as well, taking with him the treasure the mermaids had protected.
The mermaid's treasure.
This may shed some light on the descendant you spoke of earlier.
Of course, she must be a descendant of the man that escaped that day.
We now know she was correct when she spoke of 3 mermaids living on Taishima.
So we do.
Putting descendants aside for now, let's return to 400 years ago. The vassal's invasion and destruction of the sanctuary was like a trigger. As a reaction to the sanctuary's fate and their own ill-deserved deaths, sorrow and hatred of the islanders swirled together. It formed into the curse of the raging wave, a natural disaster that shook the heavens when it descended upon Taishima. The curse bombarded Taishima with violent winds, earthquakes, and thunder. Then, in a final act to protect Taishima's lost sanctuary, they sank into the sea to destroy all evidence of it ever existing.
They destroyed it.
The small island of Taishima sunk swiftly under the waves. The vassal of all of his men were, of course, all killed thanks to the curse.
Thanks to the curse. Curse wins the day.
Curse wins. But one problem remained.
That wasn't the end of it?
No, sir. We're just getting started.
We got 3/4. Not quite $1.
3/4. Taishima was destroyed by the natural disaster caused by the curse of the raging waves. But the calamity continued for many days. It must have seemed as though it would never end.
Can't imagine how terrifying it must have been.
Shimitaka was even sought out as a famous onmyoji to dispel the curse, but he was unsuccessful. The curse would eventually sink to the bottom of the sea, along the sanctuary, and be sealed there. Only then did the calamity end. It appears this curse was so powerful that it required a sacrifice to be truly sealed.
Sacrifice.
Not just any sacrifice, but a living one. Princess Hatsune offered herself up to be that sacrifice.
You said she was Sumitaka's adopted daughter, yes? And that she lived on Taishima?
That appears to be the case. Sumitaka was evidently so taken with her that he decided to adopt her. The rumor that she threw herself down a well was likely spread to cover up the real cause for her death.
So Princess Hatsune was actually sacrificed.
Seal would hold for 400 years. They must have hoped that the curse itself would fade during the time, too. However, the curse of the forsaken fish created by Hayase also created to linger in the same place. So the onmyoji sealed it inside the wooden carving, turned into a curse stone. Then the same onmyoji, knowing that the seal would only last 400 years, stored his memories within the curse stone to pass on this information.
He wished to pass down his knowledge for others to use in the event the curse outlasted 400-year lifespan of the seal. He left behind instructions on how to completely dispel the curse of the raging waves.
Holy shit, nice. Fuck yeah. Indeed! I've compiled it all in my files.
Bruh.
This shit's fucking important.
Curse that causes an outbreak of turbulent waves and violent storms in the seas around Kamishima to set the curse. Some believe that several of the disasters have struck. Yep, the person accused of bringing the curse to Kamishima was the raging waves curse barrier. Somebody.
Yep.
In truth, The curse has been perpetually active ever since its inception. The sacrifice offered 400 years ago merely served to seal the source of the calamity during this time. It is believed that Mare Minikuchi attempted to lift the curse once and for all, only for her failure to give rise to the disaster 5 years ago. In the event that the curse did not fade during the 400 years it was sealed, the Onmyoji, originally responsible for sealing the curse, left behind a plan to dispel it. It was his belief that the curse's power would be weakened enough by that point that performing the following steps would be enough to lift the curse completely. First, thou must unbind my seal, risen from the depths with the iron box. Second, thou must offer a still-tied mirror bequeathed by the sacrifice to the sanctuary. Third, let those who share blood of the lost souls of Taishima be the ones to offer appeasement.
Okay.
So wait, hold on. Second, thou must offer a soul mirror bequeathed by the sacrifice to the sanctuary. Okay, so it's sunk underwater, so you have to do all this. You have to do this underwater. You have to get the iron box underwater thing. Second, gotta bring that mirror down to the sanctuary, which is on the sunken island.
The edge of the sanctuary.
And it seems like Sato has to do it.
And it has to be somebody of blood from the lineage, so it's going to have to be me. It's going to have to be Yuza.
Or Yuza. Okay. Huh. So that's what happened.
And that wraps it up. I got all that info beamed in my brain in a flash. Yet I still managed to present it as an enticing narrative, eh? And never amazing, was it? How amazing was that?
You're utterly outstanding, incredible. Outstanding, incredible.
The whole thing. So this is the full actual narrative of what happened.
The Hanjo incident. Here we go. It's time to read. Invasion of Taishima around 400 years ago. I mean, I want new information. We just seeing the opportunity you've been waiting for. Yep, yeah, get them fucking mermaids. He adopted the daughter, Princess Hatsune. Princess Hatsune is probably gotta be Osato, right?
Yeah.
Princess Hatsune's got to be Hasato.
Choose the sacrifice.
Yeah.
400 years, got to be right. Was also living and hiding on the. Yeah, so she's not. Wait. Yeah, so she's not immortal. She's a mermaid. Is she a mermaid? Or she just?
No, she's not a mermaid.
Okay, she's just immortal.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I think it's the 800-year thing.
Was also living and hiding on Taishima at that time. Right. Was also planning to keep the mermaids for himself. Secretly moving to build an army of his own. Was not only planning to keep them. Yeah, whatever. Infuriated by that, prevented military. Yep. Upon receiving the order, let off the guard. Yep. In the blink of an eye, the once peaceful, beautiful landscape of Taishima was transformed. Islanders, guards of the sacred land desperately fought. Forces swept across the island, searching every inch for signs of the mermaids as they pressed their assault. Finally, they discovered a mermaid hiding by the name of Hayase and captured her. Demanded that she and his troops be immortal, but the mermaid staunchly refused. The torture escalated until eventually, supernatural nature was not enough to withstand the torment. So they do have that regen feat. On the brink of death and resigned to her fate.
Is this Yuza's ancestor that did all this to the mermaid?
Yuza's ancestor?
No. Yuza comes from Mare, and Mare, I believe, is a descendant of the residents of Taishima, so they are the bloodline of the Sacred Guardians.
These are just assholes coming in off island doing this.
So she just... I guess the man who escaped with the box is, would that be Mare's, like, descendant?
That would likely be like, yeah, I think so. Islanders, guardians of the sacred land, desperately fought, blah, 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 yeah. Or swept, yeah, but we read that. On the brink of death, yep. Offered his men to take the flesh from her body, but as they moved to do so, a strange phenomenon began to occur. All the soldiers who approached her body began to transform into fish, their bodies decaying rapidly. As the transformation took hold, Hayase had cast a curse upon them with her dying breath. With the one mermaid Sadamune had captured dead and his forces decimated, he began a mad search in the island in pursuit of the remaining 2 mermaids. Eventually, he found a deep cave in the interior of the island that extended far beneath the earth. Reaching down to the seafloor, in the deepest part of the cave was a shrine and a door with a powerful seal over it that he couldn't open no matter how hard he tried. Convinced this had to be the entrance to the sacred land, the home of the mermaid, Sadamune gathered all his remaining gunpowder and artillery and unleashed it on the door, destroying both it and the shrine in the process. Holy fucking 007, bro. He's getting no wins.
Get that motherfucker over.
Why did he do it?
Also, I love, like, Geralt, pick up that dead fish. Right away, boss. Walks over, falls over, starts picking up the fish. Oh my god.
Brian, get that fucking mermaid. Same thing.
Boss.
The next moment, a violent tremor racked the entire island, and the skies above were engulfed by a storm. The repercussions of this desecration of the sacred land and the resentment of the islanders he had senselessly slaughtered blended together, unleashing an all-consuming calamity. Ravaged by the fierce earthquakes and vicious storms, Taishima sank beneath the waves, as if nature itself sought to protect the sacred land by erasing all traces of its existence. Thus were Taishima and the sacred land lost. The only survivors of this tragedy were 2 mermaids and 2 islanders that had successfully made their escape from the island. Hayase had in fact stayed behind as bait to allow the others to escape. The 2 surviving islanders were Princess Hatsune and a man named Somekawa, who had been assigned the duty of protecting a relic important to the mermaids. However, the tale did not end with the sinking of Taishima. Sumikiri, whatever the fuck, eventually made it to the sea near the island, and a fierce anger and resentment darkened the waves around it. And the curse born of these dark emotions, the curse of the raging waves, had given rise to a storm that continued to rage for several days after the incident. Furthermore, the curse born from Ayase's final moments, the curse of the forsaken fish, also continued to exert its influence in the area, causing anyone who entered the storm's domain to transform into fish. The situation had grown beyond anyone's ability to control. I was gonna ask, is this Somekawa the guy from the story that visited the Eternal Palace?
I believe
Somekawa is the name of the crazy ass lady.
Crazy ass lady?
of the crazy ass lady.
Yeah,
What?
go into our files with the the lady with
No,
like
let me
the
finish
hair
reading
over
this
her
shit.
eyes.
Yeah, finish. Yeah, go ahead.
However,
I was need that after this.
given rhymes to that, Hayase's final moments, the Sumikita, looking for a solution, turned to Tsuchika Mikado Harukage, a renowned Onmyoji friend of the Princess Hatsune. After conducting an investigation, Harukage concluded the source of the curse was a sacred land now sunk beneath the waves. Although the curse was too powerful to dispel, it would be possible to seal the sacred land by covering up as a sacrifice. Offering up a sacrifice, thereby suppressing the calamitous effects. The seal would last 400 years, by which time he anticipated the curse of raging waves would dissipate. Hearing this, Princess Hatsune volunteered to sacrifice herself in the hopes that it would bring peace to the souls and the islanders who had looked after her during her time on Taishima. With her noble sacrifice, the storm at last died down, and peace was restored to the seas around the island. A bronze mirror in Princess Hatsune's possession at the time was imbued with the power to serve as a talisman to calm the raging waves, and was passed down from person to person over the years, eventually making its way to Kamishima. Tsuchikamido Harukage was also able to seal the curse of the forsaken fish in a wooden accessory that Princess Hatsune had been wearing. Turned it into a curse stone. Harukage used the resentful memories contained within the curse stone to create a record of the event, which he sealed within a heavily locked iron box before concealing it in rock and on the seabed. In the event that the curse of raging waves had not been abated after 400 years, he made it so that the seal on the rock would be lifted at the same time as the seal in the sacred land. So that the record of what had happened and the methods of undoing the curse would make its way to future generations. Meanwhile, to protect the sacred land and the mermaid, Sumitaka ensured all records of Taishima were erased, blah blah blah. Princess Hatsune had thrown herself down a well. Afterwards, Yuki Yoshitaka, infuriated not only by his failure to obtain immortality, but also by the loss of his primary military force, murdered Sumitaka, who opposed him to the very end, and seized control of the Kuki clan in both name and nature. He had his vassals search the area around Taishima countless times after that, but it is said that they found neither the mermaids nor any trace of their existence.
Okay. Alright. So that's the history of the invasion of Taishima. This guy was an asshole. It was all chill until he showed up with his whole fucking army. Now there's only 2 of the mermaids that got out from Taishima, along with 2 other survivors, left the curse behind, and so
Right,
on.
but they were sealed in a shrine when the island sunk.
Yes, yeah.
Tomikawa at the bottom.
That's my
This is the
mom.
mermaid lady. Yeah. No, this is the person who became a mermaid afterwards.
Yeah. Wait, but she became a mermaid after you go onto the water with her.
You don't go out to the water with her.
Yeah, you do.
That
Because
mom, yeah.
when we find fucking Cersei, and she's guarding
We don't know that
Avi and Somikawa
Yeah.
as they're going onto the water.
Oh, right, yeah, I forgot they abducted Somikawa. I forgot about that.
They either abducted her or she willingly went with them
Yeah.
out onto the water. But then, why do we end up cursing her and turning her into a fish?
Well, so what I was gonna get, this actually brings back, oh, I wish I could pull up the diver's name again, because what I think happened was, the diver went out to shore, gets cursed, and like ended up like eventually flowing back onto shore, and that's when the investigation began.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
don't.
guessed.
I don't.
But that was Somikawa.
We have to look.
that
I
was
don't think.
Somikawa's body,
we-
wasn't it?
I don't. No, I don't. We don't have anything to confirm that was Somikawa's body, and I don't even know if the timeline matches up. We have to look at the story chart.
The facial reconstruction that Robro did.
I forgot about that.
looked
Let's see if
exactly
that's
like
somewhere.
her.
Did it? What would that even be?
Oh, is it Mermaid Mummy?
Mermaid mummy.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't.
We definitely get.
I don't know if they kept that one.
Yeah, I don't know if they kept that one. Probably in like. We'd have to go back to that
We could
chapter
just
to
go
look
back
at
to
it
the
again.
chapter.
Yeah. What the fuck? It won't click it.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it's not gonna be anywhere in here, so. Well, yeah. I want to remember the name of this guy.
This is the one where like that asshole turtle said, "You want to come down?" Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Or Shimataro.
Taro, yeah. All right.
I wish I could remember. Did she say the name again? Miss
After
Suma.
Miss Suma found the metal box, you mean to tell me she's died?
It is likely.
It is likely. If we consider that the curse of the Forsaken Fish had completely saturated the metal box, it is likely already too late for her.
How horrible.
Since she likely turned into a fish and died soon after, there was a high chance her transformed body will
Yeah.
wash up on shore soon. Okay, yeah, there you go.
Oh. mm.
So,
But there was a couple bodies that were turning up, so that might just be one of them.
yes.
Tomikawa
Yeah.
might be the other one.
If I recall, the guy was saying, like, there may have been somebody going out there and just pitching bodies out there. And this was one of them, I think. Maybe I have to get a refresher on that bit. I compiled all the details of the story in these files, so feel free to go over it at your own pace.
Oh, thank you.
When the player gets to hand out files? Oh, okay. What do you think, Cersei? How'd I do? Where'd you go? There you are.
Wait a second.
Something wrong?
Avi, if someone is affected by the curse of the Forsaken Fish, the transformation starts at the feet and travels slowly up, yes?
I believe so. Though it's hard to say for sure without witnessing it.
If it's true, then that may explain the true identity of the fish mermaids discovered in this area. It could have been the bodies of those who died in the middle of transforming due to the curse of the Forsaken Fish.
Oh, well, that's a convincing theory. Fish mermaids have been recorded as having only human heads or faces, or appearing human just from the chest or shoulder up. And the curse starts at the feet and travels upwards. That would explain the variety of fish mermaids that have appeared.
The process is so painful that most die mid-transformation. Then, the curse causes the corpse to rapidly wither, forming a fibrous mass.
Ugh!
It may even be the true identity of your mermaid mummy. Are you lagging?
His internet's shitting out.
Yeah, I was lagging a little bit there. That was weird. Interesting. Still, without analyzing it directly, there's no way to know for certain. But perhaps this is why the mermaid mummies originate from Japan, all of such high quality. High quality, you say?
Of course, this doesn't mean that all fish mermaids and fish mummies are authentic.
But it means there's a possibility. Ain't that right, man?
No, that sounds pretty convincing.
Actually, I just remembered there were 2 points from your tale I wanted to discuss.
About the events 400 years ago?
My first point concerns the vassal who tortured the mermaid in an attempt to obtain immortality. If all he needed was the mermaid's flesh, what necessity would there be in torturing her?
Oh, that's true. It could mean that the vassal ate the mermaid's flesh but did not become immortal. So he tortured her to figure out why. Really curious.
And as for a second observation, I have a theory about the area you described as the sanctuary. Could it possibly be referring to the entrance to Ryugyu?
Ryugyu.
It is sometimes referred to as the eternal world or the world beyond. In some legends, mermaids are priestesses who serve as the ruler of Ryugyu, the god of the god of the sea.
I see. If the sanctuary was actually an entrance to Ryugyu, then that could mean that the mermaids were not living on Taishima, but merely traveling there from Ryugyu.
Yes, I believe that to be the case. It would also explain why the destruction of the sanctuary would inspire the fury of the god of the sea. To be honest, it's difficult to believe that the grudges of the inhabitants of Taishima would be enough to explain what happened. How could they possibly engender a curse powerful enough to sink an island and linger on for more than 400 years? However, it's quite easy to believe that a curse from Ryugyu could maintain such a power.
That also explains the necessity of a living sacrifice. Of course, one would be required to seal an entrance to Ryugyu. But if the entrance to Ryugyu was sealed, what became of the 2 mermaids that fled Taishima?
What's coming up with this? Where are we getting this? Yeah, of course you'd have to sacrifice somebody to summon to block the door to the other world. Like, yeah, that's just like, of course type shit. Of course you'd have to do that. I doubt Sobe and Nagame managed to return to Ryugyu. I believe they would have been living here in the human world for the past 400 years, waiting for the seal to be lifted. They just hid somewhere away from human eyes.
If that is true, then they've been successfully hidden for over 400 years.
Of course, if they were able to hide themselves at the bottom of the sea, that'd be practically impossible to find them. It is also possible that they've been wandering the globe rather than lingering in one place.
That could explain all the mermaid sightings around the world. They could all be these same too.
All this discussion of hiding made me realize something.
What is it?
Do you recall our story Mr. Ikoma told us yesterday of the mermaid who became human?
Ah. Are you suggesting she decided to join human society because she could not return to Ryugyu?
It is a possibility we should consider.
But that occurred only a few decades ago. Why would she decide to become human just before the seal was released?
Perhaps her circumstances changed. We can only speculate on the motivations of someone who has lived for centuries. It is possible that she did not feel compelled, but decided to become a human out of her own desire.
She found love on the shore by a guy.
It's the Little Mermaid.
It's a little mermaid. Could she have a little mermaid? It's like the Little Mermaid.
That is certainly possible, and quite romantic too.
I'll have to write this down. Couldn't make a solid novel.
It's already
You're
been
just
done,
you're just
man.
gonna plagiarize the Little Mermaid? You can't do that.
I'm gonna do my own thing. It's gonna be
Oh,
this. It's gonna
I
be the
just
same
realized
theme.
something.
What is it?
She's realizing a whole lot right now. You heard? Oh! I just heard about the mermaid from the
Eureka.
descendant of a Taishima survivor. Yes.
That's correct.
I feel it's only right that they are informed of the things we learned. We'd love to talk to her.
Oh, I have her
quite
tortured
curious
up in
about this.
in my basement. Oh, you can't do that. That's we can't
What'd you
manage
say?
that.
No, she's not married. She's not married.
Not available.
We're quite curious about this mermaid treasure too. It must have been passed down to them through this generation, through the generation.
I understand. I'll probably drop by her place later anyway, since I also have to handle this matter with Miss Suma. I'll discuss
We're
it
gonna have to
with her
track him
then.
down. We're gonna have to track him.
Thanks. That'd be great.
That said, in return, I have a favor to ask of you.
No, you're not getting the curse stone, you
Go
dumbass
ahead.
motherfucker.
We will do whatever we
Let
can.
me hold a curse stone. You said the seal over the entrance to Ryugu has been lifted. Is that correct?
Yes, it is most likely gone. Been gone for several months now.
Ah, really?
A horrible curse has been swirling around that area where Taishima used to be. It's possible that the curse is the curse of the raging waves, and it's surged up from Ryugu once more now that the seal's been lifted. The fact that we were able to open the metal box is proof enough that the seal is faded.
That would mean the entrance to Ryugu is now open.
Well, the situation is quite unstable now, with that curse of the raging waves sweeping through the entrance.
At any rate, what did you want us to do?
There is an island called Kamishima that is located quite close to where Taishima once was. There's something there I would like you to do for me.
Take the samurai curse and go crazy.
What the hell?
This request does in fact have some relation to our current conversation.
Oh? Date unknown, August 1980X, night, Toba City.
Now then, Avi. We decided to tell Ikoma everything, but I know there's some information you kept from him.
Oh, did I?
Yes, something from the mermaid's memories. The real way to obtain immortality.
That's right. I see no reason to inform him about it. After all, no matter what he may say about tourist attractions, this guy is also after immortality. I saw him straighten up when you talked about the mermaid being tortured because her captor required more than flesh for immortality.
Are you sure? I thought his goal was, even if he had one, was to quell the curse of the raging waves.
Perhaps that too. He even asked us to go to Kamashiya and find the steel-tied mirror instead. You did mention lifting the curse required the mirror as well as the help of the Taishima descendant, right?
There was also something about lifting a seal first, but I don't know what that part's all about.
Already cleared. Well, I see no harm in quelling the curse, so I say we continue to cooperate.
Agreed, though I do wish we did not have to approach Kamishima at all. That evil atmosphere is nauseating.
However, we must consider the possibility that Ikoma actually has his eyes set on the mermaids in Ryugu. It's possible he may be searching for mermaids like us. I suppose that discussion can wait for later. First, we must find the treasure that the survivors managed to slip out of Taishima.
You mean the treasure required in addition for the mermaid flesh when attempting to gain immortality?
Yep. It's a treasure known as the Tamate Bako. Mermaid flesh has to be put inside and purified. by it to have any effect. So, provided one has both the flesh of a human mermaid and a tamate bako, then immortality is indeed attainable. Boom!
Wait. Hold on. How did the guy, when he raided Kameshi, or whatever, I forgot the island, the mermaid island name, when he raided them and he had Hayase there, and he presumably fucking bit her, how did he know that he wasn't immortal?
Did he?
That's true.
Did he like have one of his men eat it and then shoot him in the head and goes, why?
Well, supposedly maybe they know about the effects of if you get slashed or cut, you regenerate. Maybe someone tested it out. Maybe he cut himself and goes, well, this is bullshit. I'm not regenerating.
Didn't do anything.
But the legends say you only regenerate slightly faster than you would normally, so like, you know, cuts don't heal normally. I feel like, but whatever, I could see it work your way too. Alright, let's open this shit. Tamate Bako, a box once referred to as a relic used by mermaids who once lived in Taishima. A similar box also made its appearance in the Tale of Urashima Taro as the box gifted to the eponymous protagonist by Otohime, leading to its name becoming widely known. The box is filled with spiritual energy similar to nature to that which fills Ryugyu, the mermaid's original home. Objects placed within it may thus be kept in the same state they would be in Ryugyu. It is said that the mermaids used the box to bring objects from Ryugyu and that with them that they would otherwise have been unable to transport to the material world. It is also it also has the secondary effect of returning mermaid flesh normally, only able to exist in the transient state in the material world to the state that it would be in Ryugyu, thereby restoring its ability to grant immortality. Got it.
This is the same box that Princess gave to the dude, where he opened it up and goes, oh, okay, well, I'll see what's inside, and it just fucking aged and died.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it was.
Yeah, pretty.
I guess it was his. I guess she put his soul in the box. Like, what did she put in the box? Because then he opened it and then it expired.
Yeah, it must have been his time.
It must have been his time
spent there.
Yeah. Would he have been? I guess he would have been immortal. Would he have not have been? If he would have just kept the box away, his phylactery, he would have been immortal.
Must be of, yeah.
Or he would have just not aged. Like, I think it was just all the time that had passed. So, like, maybe he would have continued to age normally.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. No, I see what you mean. Yeah, that can make sense.
If we could meet with the Taishima descendant, they could probably provide us with the information on the Tamate Bako.
I concur. If we could get our hands on the Tamate Bako, we wouldn't have to worry about any Ikome. However, it's likely he is wary of us and will keep us from meeting the descendant.
At the very least, we know he's cautious enough to keep her name secret. Well, that's why I asked him to hand over our little souvenir.
What was all that about anyways? You sure we're not going to need that iron box?
I doubt we will need it again. Plus, you could think of it as a backup plan.
Regardless of what happens, we'll be able to meet with the descendant tomorrow. Let's go our hands on that mermaid treasure. Time to find a Tamate Bako.
Okay.
Alright, and guess what? Another fucking chapter pops up. Oh, they can relight back up. Interesting.
Huh.
Okay. Quite fortuitous, if I do say so.
Yeah,
all I have time for. But I wanna, before we go, can we look at the mermaid drawing?
Oh yeah, we can do that.
This one?
Should be that one, yeah.
No,
Resume.
no, not that one.
Oh, you're right. It's the one before that.
I think it's the very last one. Is that it? Yeah, that's it.
Oh, you're right. You're right. So I guess we'll just skip to the part where it shows the sketch.
Wait. Go back. Did it? I saw it say Somikawa. What was that? The deceased was in fact a woman named Somikawa.
Okay.
There we go. Okay.
So why does Avi turn her into a fucking fish, bro? What happened?
Why does Avi turn her into a fucking fish?
Well, I guess we'll have to find out.
Why does he turn Yuza's mom into a fish?
Well, we'll have to find out.
We will have to find out. All right. All right then.
Good. Thanks for all coming. Thanks for coming here, guys. It's been great. It's been fun.
We gotta be as fish.
Be like fish.
Become
as
fish. Become as
fish.
fish.
Be as fish. If there's anything that you come away with this stream with, be as fish.
Be as fish.
Maybe he misclicked.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Ever since I've had this curse stone, there's just a big ass thing in the top right corner of my vision that says "Use curse." It was hard.
I just did it.
Oh god. Oh.
I'm trying to think of like. Yeah, so Summer Kama was not out there. She wasn't the one. What could have transpired for her to get hit by the curse? My only assumption, I don't think Avi would do it, unless she attacks him for. Maybe someone else.
Yeah, I don't think he does it. You know, for funsies. You know, he's
no.
not.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Yeah, even if Somikawa was a mermaid, she was a mermaid that turned into a human and is living among humans. Maybe he uses the fish curse to make her go back into mermaid form, which he refuses to do after he gets Atame Tebako. He has Atame Tebako, he just needs mermaid flesh at that point. And if Somikawa is a mermaid or was a mermaid and is now human and refuses to revert to make him immortal, then he could fish her.
These fucking mermaids. I hate these mermaids. Oh, I hate them. Just let me become immortal, please. Just, I don't want to do the search. Let me just be immortal.
Please, just let me become a man of your evil doesn't deserve to live for more than one generation.
Please. I need this. Do you know how many people you know how many people I killed just to get here at this moment? I've sacrificed everything. I've sacrificed innocent people who didn't want to be sacrificed. I didn't sacrifice anything on my end. Let me have this.
So let's look at the timeline real. I'm just looking at the timeline really quickly. This thing happens here. Descendant on duty, treasure hunt. So, I mean, well, no matter what happens, next time we progress, where's the slaughter at? Memories of last summer, tragedy of Kamishima. Okay, so that's
like
actually,
the end.
yeah, that's actually like pretty deep in. Okay.
I like how the story of Kamishima is exactly the same as what happened to Taishima. Everybody died, so the raging waves just swallowed the whole island.
Yeah, that fucking guy, that fucking dude who's like, okay, well, the door is here. I can't open it. I'm gonna bring every gunpowder that I have and blow that motherfucker up.
Man, drop your mega barrels.
Drop the mega barrels. All right. Great hammers. Go up there. Charge hammer. Get ready.
You see like fucking 5 people, they slam the barrels and they just go flying backward. They just die instantly.
Before the explosion, you all see them twirling their hammers around, 360 motion as they slowly make their approach.
Yeah, and then after he fucking like he blows that shit open, oh yeah, no, he destroyed it. Yeah, so he just turns around, he looks at the mermaid. Why? He grabs her fucking like just grabs her tail and rips off a chunk of flesh. Why isn't it working?
Tell me now. Tell me now. And then
you dumb as fuck.
He fucking releases the greatest curse that has ever been known. The fucking goddamn.
They must lie. They must have. Well, they said that the entrance to Ryukyu was completely destroyed. So I mean, if that's the case, the mermaids can never go back, which is why they would turn it to humans, because they're like, well, fuck it.
I don't think it was destroyed. It was just sealed, and that's why they couldn't go back.
Didn't they say that he completely destroyed the entrance with the mega barrels?
No, the doors that he destroyed was the doors to the sanctuary of that island. That's what was destroyed. That wasn't like a door to Ryugu. That was like just the sanctuary that was on the island.
Were they just too lazy to move the rocks out of the way?
What rocks? The rocks?
They're blocking the shrine, or like the entrance.
No. There was no rocks. They just couldn't open the door. They just couldn't get the doors open. So they put
I'm saying the
gunpowder.
mermaids after
No,
the
it says,
fact.
hold on. It says he couldn't open the door. He gathered all his remaining gunpowder and artillery and unleashed it on the door, destroying both it and the shrine.
Yeah, the door and the shrine. That was the sanctuary.
Yeah, and
And
is that not where the
and-
portal to Ryukyu is? So he would have destroyed the shrine is the portal.
I don't think it's the portal, because I think it's just like the gateway to the portal, because they're saying that the entrance is open now. So
They honeycomb this shit like a rust base.
Essentially, it would seem like it, yeah. But I guess it's
Well, that's why I'm asking, like, why couldn't the mermaids just clear it out? Something.
Because it's fucking destroyed. I think it's
But
destroyed.
then how is the entrance open now?
I don't know.
So the entrance opens up once the sanctuary is destroyed. That opens up the portal, and then everyone's like, okay, we gotta seal this bitch up. Sacrifices the princess. It's sealed now. So that shit's sealed. And when it gets sealed, those
Okay.
two mermaids can't go back now. So there you have to wait 400 some years, just to wait for that thing to go away. And now it's unsealed.
And now it's unsealed, but the curse of the raging waves is ravaging the area. Maybe it's not safe for them to just fucking swim through.
That's also true. Yeah, that could be the case.
Because at the same time that the path opens, the raging waves activates again at the exact same time.
What the hell's going on here? I mean, you can definitely tell with this game compared to the first one. There's a lot more. There's a lot more in-depth details going on now with the story.
I don't know. I feel like they're equal. I don't think that this isn't as much better in terms of writing. I think
Oh no, yeah. I'm just saying
Yeah.
there's
I think
more,
it's just a
just more
different
information.
story.
Yeah.
more information. Yeah, there's a lot more information, but how much of that information is necessary? Like, I don't know if we need to know all about like fucking Issei City and all this bullshit. Just be like, yo, bro.
Not really. Yeah.
Taishima was to the south, bro, and then there's like Kamishima, whatever the fuck. Like, did we really? We'll see. We'll see about how much of it was actually relevant to solve this once we
Yeah.
get done. But yeah,
It seems like a lot of them are like flavor text just for it to be there, which is fine in and of itself. But you don't know which one is gonna be the important information, which one's not. So we have to read it nonetheless.
yeah, parse through that information. All right, well that's it, guys. I'm gonna end the stream. We're done.